evening and welcome to DR Sports. It is game day live, Champions League. Lots of people will be asking why you and I here, Fuad. But because we've got free Tuesday and Wednesday nights this season, we are all yours. So joining me is Fuad. Ugo is also with me repping. I love the whole Castor, Newcastle. Look like you're going about to come from the bench. He's on it.
I'm on it today.
You got injuries too. You could be.
Loads of injuries as well, to be fair to you.
Yeah.
More than Spurs, I think.
Okay, we're not going to do some comparisons here.
Fair enough.
You saw I got very agitated yesterday. We will talk about injuries, of course. We are waiting for our PSG fan, Chris, who's going to be joining us in a little while. But it's a huge, huge night tonight, isn't it? Because it's PSG against Newcastle. And if Newcastle don't win, they will go out of the Champions League.
Yeah, that's facts, but that's also negative.
I'm just stating facts. I'm not trying to be negative.
It's facts, fine. It's facts,
to be on the positive side.
You could say if
I said
Newcastle
they could.
win,
I said they could.
but
I didn't
you could
say they
say,
did.
could Newcastle win, they could go. But it's true, whatever. But yeah, I know, and that's why I'm nervous, because I think we've done really well in this group of death. So to go out match day 5 is on live on DR as well. For me, it's quite disappointing. But
You don't want to be here when that happens.
No, I don't. But again, I'm nervous because I think throughout the whole day I tried to sort of stay calm and not think about too much, because coming into this group, this fixture, PSG away was like a free hit. Yeah. Obviously, I thought in my head at San Siro, try to get points there. At home against PSG, get some points there. Dortmund, those 2 games, try to get points there. And at home at Milan, get points there. So this game, I thought to myself, we could afford to lose back then. But now, because of how it's gone, it's a must-win. So, yeah,
to be fair though,
nervous.
Must-win per se, I think it's probably, the group is still tight. Because Dortmund are top with 7, you guys are 4, Milan are 5, and PSG have 6 in second. But even if you lose tonight,
it's done, bro.
Is it just Champions League or bust for you, basically, in terms of coming into this? It was your first qualification, 20 odd years. Yeah. So
you overachieved last season.
Essentially,
anyway.
yeah. Of course. And coming in this season, you got the group of death. So it was almost like, rah, is this really how we're going to be kind of welcomed back? Yeah. Can you really even be too disappointed in going out at the groups, or is it a thing where you just kind of want to make more of a fight of it?
Do you know what it is? It's more about proving people wrong. Because obviously, like, when this draw got made, people were telling me, oh, we're going to come and go and et cetera, et cetera. But I think because of the way we started, getting the draw at San Siro, winning against PSG, 4 points. After that game, Abby was there as well. Yeah. I was gassed. I was saying the most in it, and then to now go to lose at Dortmund at home, for me was like the heartbreaking one.
That was a surprise one, wasn't it?
Because they sort of exposed us a little bit. Like they sort of tamed us so well. So for that to happen and then to lose again, it's not disappointing, because we shouldn't even be here in the first place. Yeah. Like, bear in mind that we got taken over just 2 years ago. So we're fast tracked into the Champions League. So for us to be in this group competing, for me, it's an honour. Like, do you get me? For us Newcastle fans to see our team in the Champions League, back in Champions League so soon, and beating PSG 4-0. So, you know, it's not disappointing, but for me, because of our injuries and because of the way we play, you know, I wouldn't want to play in Europa League, because for me it's like I'd rather focus in the Premier League and getting back into Champions League, so finishing top 5 or top 4 or whatever it is. Focus back and getting back into Champions League, and then helping us obviously grow as a club. So
Europa League probably wouldn't interest you then?
Nah, just because of our squad depth, and I believe like we ain't got the squad for Europe anyways. Yeah. So if we're in Europe, I would want it to be in Champions League. And if not, then I mean, some might say, "Oh, that's a bad way of thinking." Yeah. But for me, I'm
the Spurs fans who've been there before. Trust me, with the lack of squad depth, sometimes you've just got to be kind of realistic with yourself and just kind of say.
But then you look at West Ham. Like, not sorry to interrupt you, but like you look at West Ham. I know it's the Conference League; it's slightly different. But again, they didn't have a massive squad depth. Yeah. So for them to go and win that, I mean, it's just getting over the line, isn't it? If you manage it well.
That's what I was going to say. Like the way we play. Obviously now, even the game on Saturday, right, Man City and Liverpool, right, it wasn't the same game as we're used to, right? It's because these teams, the coaches have toned it down a little bit. Yeah. But for us, we play like front foot. We're pressing everyone every game, and I don't feel like it's sustainable doing that, playing Champions League, Premier League, League Cup, whatever. Yeah. I love it though, but that's going to cause injuries, and that's why we got mad injuries. So I feel like If we're playing it in Europe, for me, it's got to be Champions League. And if not, then I'd rather just go out and then focus on getting back into Champions League.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the little table for Group F. I mean, let's say, you won't necessarily go out tonight. I mean, it really depends what happens in that AC Milan Dortmund game.
Yeah.
You know, if that's a draw.
So if that's
You're
a
still in
draw,
it. I mean, Dortmund are on 7 points, PSG are on 6 points, AC Milan are on 5, and Newcastle are on 4. You face AC Milan next time, so I mean, you probably will go out.
It
To be
probably
fair,
becomes a battle of the Europa.
yeah, it's
Over that last game,
Yeah.
and then it becomes a case of, I don't think you kind of want your team to give a bad account of themselves. So you'll always try in that last game. But if you do go out in the Champions League, I do think definitely second half of the season, it does allow you to almost kick into gear. Like second half of last season, I remember you guys finished strong as well. After that brilliant start, people were thinking, could you sustain it? But I remember you had the little blip after the Carabao, was it? But then straight away kind of picked
Straight
back
back
up
on
form.
it.
So I think with your thin squad, similarly as Spurs, you need to keep as many numbers as you can. And at the minute, you've got so many injuries. But
you're still winning
Champions League is
games.
Champions League, do you know what I mean? And we've seen surprise results. I don't think anybody would have predicted you lot winning the return, the other fixture, do you know what I mean? So,
and that's the one thing I would say, like, who knows what's going to happen tonight? We'll have to wait and see. You know, even if you get a draw or something, you know, that's huge, and then that takes it kind of to that last game. But I was there for that game, and I'm not a Newcastle fan, and that is probably up there with one of the best games I've ever been to in my life. It was unbelievable. I've never experienced an atmosphere like it anywhere, in any country, in any game. That was insane that night, and I feel like it's one of those things you could probably see it on TV, but you kind of had to be there to feel the energy. And I'm a very big believer that you can honestly make a 12th man out of the crowd, and I think Liverpool fans will be the first to tell you that you can. And that night, I mean, just everyone was, you know, pulling in the same direction. You know, Dan Burn was celebrating with the fans. It was amazing. And I feel that if you can get a result tonight of some kind of draw and take it to that last game with Milan, I don't see why you can't do it.
Same, but I think mentally, because obviously we got so many players missing, right? And the starting 11 is the same team that played against Chelsea on Saturday. So it's like we can't
dig deep.
So it's like probably this is going to be the team for like probably 80 minutes, and so we can't afford any injuries. So I feel like that's going to be on the mind of some of the players. So we might see a reserve side today, but we'll still go out and try and win it. But yeah, I'd be that night was special, and for me that's probably one of the best nights of my life. Literally your top 3 up there, because it was
big European nights, man. That's what it's all about.
And also it was the first home game in Champions League in over 20 years. Yeah. So for me to even be there and to experience that myself, like, it was wicked, man. And all the fans, and obviously that's what I'm saying now, is like it's kind of disappointing in terms of how we started this campaign, but obviously there's positives for us to take from this, because we shouldn't even be here in the first place.
Yeah, I think that there was definitely a massive overachievement last season.
100%.
Not that you weren't great, but I think that in terms of your progression, I think Europa League probably would have been right for you guys.
Even then, like, that would have been also like a fast track thing, because the season before that we almost went down. Yeah. So to achieve Europe, even if it's top 7 or top 8 period, is an achievement. So to get top 4 ahead of Liverpool, and obviously Chelsea and Spurs, etc., for me is for Eddie Howe is a massive achievement.
And is there a party that's kind of thinking this season maybe the picture will be a little bit different, because obviously you've got Liverpool's return to form, Spurs have kind of done their little act for the first half of the season, if you like. But yeah, that Champions League race could be tighter than it was last year. So you're kind of thinking maybe that's why you don't want to be involved in that kind of Europa League mix in the second half of the season?
No, I think no, because obviously I think Champions League this season is top 5, isn't it?
Well, that's if United make it out of the group.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Little asterisk.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew everybody kept saying top 5, and I'm like, I haven't seen anything confirming it yet.
I believe it's if they make it out of the group.
Stick to the old top 4. I would say, man. Don't wait for the officials.
So that changes a lot of it for me then, because obviously in my head it was top 5. So you know that there's more room. But to answer your question, it is harder this season, of course. Yeah. Right. But at the same time, our form in the league is good. So I don't believe we can't compete again, but it's just going to be harder. I believe that the top 3 is sorted now. I believe it's Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal in no order, and then the 4th spot is between us, Spurs, United, probably Villa as well. But Villa, I've not seen them achieve that yet. So whereas we've been there, we know what it takes to get top 4.
Because the thing I would say is that even me, kind of like start of the season, I think I was looking at Villa's window and thinking, have they really signed the players to push them over that kind of Champions League edge, if you like?
See,
and he was the only one I said. But when I looked at Yuri Tielemans, Pau Torres, which ironically dunked on us on the weekend, but I just looked at them and I was thinking, they're going to be a Europa League. And everyone was crowning them kind of the winners. But they really surprised me. And I've been impressed with kind of how Emery's been able to kind of get this team still flying.
Facts.
And last season wasn't just almost like a fluke, if you like.
Yeah.
But I've been very impressed with Villa. I think they won't probably end up there, but they will definitely kind of almost have like a season like you lot. Because the thing I'm thinking is they've got the depth to cope with it as well.
That's it.
You look at them, Diaby goes out, they've got other players
Bailey
who could step in. Bailey could come in. It's midfield.
Players.
They've got Ramsey. They've got McGinn. They've got
Buendia.
Buendia. He's even been out injured, isn't he?
Even what's his name from Wolves? What's his name? Dendonka.
Dendonka. He
They've
barely
got
plays as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've got
So
players.
The thing, they've got depth. I actually thought that they had a really good window when I saw it. I was like, this is a team that is going to be trying to challenge, whether or not it's...
like at centre back, they've got Carlos. Tyrone Mings,
Pau
Konsa,
Torres,
and Pau
And
Torres.
Pau
Those
yeah.
are 4
and
centre
they've got
backs.
quality centre back. Pau Torres, one that we were linked with endlessly as well. But I looked at it and thought that is a very strong window. And actually, in comparison, when I saw the Newcastle transfer window, I felt that you were a little bit light. I felt that
100%.
obviously it's
so
all,
as well?
Yeah, man, because I agree with you, because I said this before anyways. I said, like, I feel like what we should have done is improve our first 11, right? And then that way it sends certain players down the pecking order, right? But what we've done, which I understand, innit? We've improved the depth. So we've got in bench players. So like Tino Livramento, players like him, Lewis Hall, players like that, they've come in. But I feel like if we improve the first 11, then I feel like our squad depth would have more quality.
I feel like you with Tonali, and I mean, obviously it's just
about to
very
bring this up,
unfortunate what's happened. But I felt like your big signing, and maybe it's to do with FFP, that you didn't go and you know, people probably thought you were going to have this big glossy window. Yeah. And Tonali was an amazing signing as well. But I guess the due diligence wasn't done into what was going on with that behind the scenes. But that's a massive loss for you. But I would say the areas that you have strengthened, though, now we're seeing that was really important, because these are the players that you're having to play because of the 11.
Exactly.
But when I just looked at it as a whole, I remember saying on here at the start of the season, I was just a little bit underwhelmed by your window. Yeah. That was all.
Everyone wants to be fair, but we're seeing that the players that we've signed, they've got some use now. So because now they're playing and they're getting the games in and experiencing, you know. But I just feel like I wanted to see probably 4 or 5 Bruno type players come in, but the reason being is because of FAP. Like we've got to build up our revenue, and we don't want to be cheating our way through it, because all eyes are on Newcastle at the minute. So. Don't
want to be a Chelsea. Do you have the lineup? Should we have a little look through?
Let's have a look through Newcastle. Let's start with them actually. Newcastle have got Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier, Jamal Lascelles, Fabian Schär and Livramento playing at left back today. Midfield, Lewis Miley gets another start again.
Great weekend.
Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and then front three of Miggy Almiron on the right, Anthony Gordon on the left, and Isak through the middle.
Yeah.
Would you make of that so far?
Same team against Chelsea, innit? This is what it is. You know, we've only got enough to field a starting 11.
Yeah.
And against Dortmund, I think it was in the away fixture, we had more players missing. So it's a bonus to having Isak in. It's a bonus to having Bruno in. So I just think it's tough, because obviously PSG have depth, so they can bring in players in themselves. Whereas for us, is like this 11 is going to probably try to go through most of the game. Yeah. And then we've got a game again on the weekend against Manchester United. So it's difficult.
One player I want to touch on there though, Lewis Smiley, coming out of the academy.
Yeah.
Would you made of him? Because I'm not sure who was the last academy graduate Newcastle produced.
Probably Longstaff, I think.
Yeah, Longstaff. So, I mean, another one off the conveyor belt. How impressed were you with him on the weekend? Got an assist as well.
You know what? I'm not surprised, because I watched him in pre-season, right? And the guy was just brave, fearless, getting on the ball. You know, he's got some technique about him as well. So, and then he played against Bournemouth as well, when we lost 2-0, and he was our best player.
Yeah.
You know, he was the one trying to get on the ball and trying to create something. So, his first game actually was against Man City in the League Cup, and I think Eddie Howe took him off at half time and put in Bruno, and then that changed the game. But since then, he's grown into life in the first team.
Yeah.
And the game against Chelsea, for me, didn't surprise me. That assist didn't surprise. It's class, quality, but I know that he's got that in his locker.
Capable of. Do you think he's someone you can add in as a squad member into the team?
He was that way anyway. So obviously, like, at the start of the season, Newcastle fans were saying his name,
clamouring for him to get in the team. Yeah.
In that flat three. So if guys were injured, he was somebody that we knew that was capable of coming into the squad. So I'm glad he's obviously taken his opportunities, and now people are talking about him. One other player I actually want to touch on as well, Captain Fantastic, who's come back in the past couple of weeks, Jamal Lascelles. Talk to me a little bit about him, because obviously when you guys came up, he was the captain, main man, starting every single minute, but since the takeovers come in, he's almost been having to play almost like an ambassador's role, if you like, and he's played
great.
it professionally, if you like, and you haven't heard of people when he's had to come in, he's come in and played a role, but now you've kind of seen him come in and for an extended period where you actually have to rely on him in some big games. But what have you made us kind of come back into the team?
I think I give credit to Eddie Howe for that, because Eddie Howe is a man manager, so he's probably managing pretty well to one, keep him as captain, because we see coaches come in and then
guy
like Gerrard done with Tyrone Mings, he took that off him, but with Eddie Howe he kept it with the cells, and he said, you know what, like, you can be our leader in the dressing room when we need you, play. Yeah. So he's done that. He's kept him, like, you know, fresh, and then now he's come into the team. Obviously, he's improved on the ball, because obviously some Newcastle fans didn't like the fact that on the ball he wasn't as great. So now he's come in, he's shown composure. You know, he's shown why Eddie Howe has shown that faith in him, and I'm pleased for him, because against PSG at home he was terrific, man. Do you get me? So and he's getting better and better. He's learning the Eddie Howe way, and he's just being relaxed on the ball, and you know, and I'm glad for him that he's now coming in as captain still and scoring goals for us, and you know, being key for us.
No, fair play. One other one I want to touch on as well, Anthony Gordon. I don't think we can't go without talking about him.
So
obviously, good. He's been incredible and surprised me even, because I think when he was at Everton, I heard him getting linked with Chelsea, Newcastle, big prize. I was like, who? Yeah. And then you guys signed him, and I remember the first 6 months he had like a little spat with Eddie Howe when he got subbed off one game. Yeah. He didn't really light up the team too much when he did get in, but this season he looks a complete different player. From a Newcastle fan, tell us what is different. What's changed?
Again, Eddie Howe, man, because obviously, like, Eddie Howe knows how to get the best out of players, isn't it? So he's obviously seen Anthony Gordon as a player that he can take to the next level. And I think in the documentary as well, like, they were talking about how much we wanted to sign him, and they went the extra mile to get him. And then I think now he's coming to the team. He's understood his role in the side. He's understood what Eddie Howe wants from him, and we can see it on the pitch. Like, he's our sort of our engine. So he starts it off the press. He's pressing from the front, and I'm just surprised how he's still fit, because the amount of running this guy does. And for me, I've tried hard to not have a Newcastle favourite player, because they always leave. So last guy was Johan Kabay. Right?
Yeah.
But Gordon is slightly, he's.
You think he could be here long term?
Yeah, and he's now becoming one of my favourite players because of what he brings to the team, and you know, just the fight and the passion that he's got playing for Newcastle, and now we're seeing it week in, week out. He's getting goals to his game now, assists to his game, so he's now becoming that complete package, and I'm again glad for him, but I'll put it all down to Eddie Howe and how he's managed him and got the best out of him.
No, fair play. Eddie Howe deserves a lot of credit.
He really does, actually, because there's so many people that probably thought that Eddie Howe was a bit of a placeholder in a way. You know, he'll be there for the takeover, maybe get you into Champions League at a push, and then that'll be it, and they'll look for someone better. But you have to take your hat off to him. He's been outstanding, hasn't he?
Crazy, like the players he's improved. Don't forget, right, in this squad, Lascelles, Fabian Shaw, Almiron, Joe Linton, Callum Wilson, Longstaff, all these guys were there when Steve Bruce was there. But he's still taking the same
up
team
another level,
and he's gotten them better.
Yeah.
And that's why I give credit to Eddie Howe so much, because he's not gone out and changed the whole team. He's added obviously players here and there, but the base is still the same. And in this side, there's like 5-6 players starting in this game that was battling to stay in the Premier League. So for what he's done in that short space of time, I believe he's bought himself time. Even if we don't achieve what we achieve in the future in the next 2-3 years,
he's cemented
he's
his
still
place,
bought himself time, because we shouldn't be in the first place.
Yeah.
We've got the Paris team.
Yes,
let's have a
we do.
little look at that.
In goal for them, we have Gigi Donnarumma, or as AC Milan fans are calling him, Donnarumma. Last game, that was funny.
That was very funny.
Achraf Hakimi at right back, Skriniar and Pereira at centre back. Lucas Hernandez starting at left back. Midfield three of Fabian Ruiz, Ugarte and Kang In Lee. Front three of Ousmane Dembele, who scored a great goal on the weekend. Kolo Muani and Kylian Mbappe. Are you looking at that lineup? What scares you the most?
Because I think...
Which one?
do you know what, right? PSG don't scare me at all, right? And this is what I was, bro, but this is what I was saying as well, like when this draw got made, obviously it's a group of death, innit?
Yeah.
But for me, it's only the most competitive. This group could have been worse.
Yeah.
We could have actually had Bayern Munich and Madrid, and they're two teams that can actually win this competition.
Yeah.
PSG, I feel like if you take out Mbappe, you know, they're not the same team, and I saw that with my eyes when we played them. And obviously in France, you know, they're the best team in France, so that gives them some status. But I feel like in the Champions League against different sides, they struggle. And in this team, I'd say Hakimi probably, Mbappe, Dembele maybe, but the rest, like, it's not something that we've not dealt with before. But it's just about their depth, you know. They can bring on players like Ramos in, Vitinha in, Asensio in, Barcola in, you know what. So that's their advantage, and they're home. But yeah, they don't really scare me. It's just about how we approach the game.
I felt like when they came to St James's Park, they didn't respect you one bit.
Crazy.
I felt the team selection, I felt the tactics, they didn't at all. So it'd be interesting to see how they go tonight, because obviously they're in front of their own fans tonight. So they're going to want to be dominant. Yeah. But at the same time, does that dominance and how they came to Newcastle being, you know, we're PSG, this is going to be a walkover. Yeah. Is that the same mentality they're going to carry into tonight's game? I
think so, because they're home. And I think but looking at this lineup, they don't have Ramos starting. I believe he started against us, so they got 3 up top, whereas they went 4 up top last time. So he's probably learned his lesson, but I believe that they'll be looking to get it back in blood, because we battered them 4-0 at our ground. So and their fans too clearly are on it, because they're starting beef in Paris. So
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But I remember when I saw that front 4, was it that?
It was mad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Picture, I was like, rah.
That's rude.
This is how you're feeling, okay. But I remember expecting goals galore, and they just looked so stiff. They looked immobile, and I'm curious to see kind of how they'll kind of line up today, because they should be the kind of more dominant team. And Eddie Howe, I know, can kind of knows how to set up a low block. Yeah. He knows how to kind of eke out a game 1-0. So I'll be interested to see. I think it will be PSG dominating for the majority of the game, but it's a case of on the counter-attack, what can you really offer? And I'm looking at guys like Gordon and Isak. Talk to me a little bit about Isak, actually.
I love
because,
Isak, man.
Huh?
I love him.
Do you think this is the type of game where you can really look to him and say,
yes,
come on,
because,
get us out?
Because with Callum Wilson, right, and this is why I say Isak for me over Callum Wilson, because with Callum Wilson, you play him in games where you're creating chances. Right, so Fox in the box sort of player.
Yeah.
With Isak, when you ain't got the ball, when you need to stay on the ball, Isak's that link-up guy that can actually hold it and bring guys in, or just keep possession. So for me, in these games, he's important. I'm glad he's back fit. Just hopefully he just doesn't get injured. But Isak, his touch, his finishing, his composure, all of it is just second to none, man. But it's about him just staying fit this season.
Well, we are about to kick off. God, that half an hour's flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We are running a poll, and it was, who do we think is going to win tonight? 68% say PSG. Draw is 11%, but 22% of you think Newcastle.
Yeah.
Fuad, what do you reckon tonight?
I can't lie, I can't look beyond the PSG win. I think Zaire Emery is going to be a big miss. He's actually had a brilliant start to the season. I thought he brought great kind of energy and was a bit of glue in their midfield. So Ruiz always tricky, and Kang In Lee is very technical. Scored a great goal as well in one of the other games, as I remember. And I love me a bit of Ugarte. I'm going 3-0 PSG anyway.
3-0?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a mad.
I'm sorry.
No, but again, like...
do you know what it is? Is unless you guys can somehow, I feel like, stop Mbappe, and I feel like in Paris...
Last time.
That's at Newcastle.
I'm just saying.
You are now in his back garden.
Yeah, his castle, like his kingdom.
I
know.
This is where it could get spooky, and I'm worried that this might turn into an Mbappe show. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Do you know what? I hate that, because what we have to do is we have to learn from our Dortmund defeat, the away one, because Champions League for me is about moments, yeah.
Yeah.
And when Dortmund scored their first goal, we were just about getting into the game, and then we were sort of sloppy in winning second balls, and then they got that goal, and then we had a chance to score at 1-0. Joelinton missed a sitter, and then take that, it's a different game. So I hope in this game we learn that we've got to take our chances, and we've got to defend better when we're growing into the game, because if we were to concede, that might take this thing out of us. So hopefully we learn from that.
What's your prediction? Score?
I said 2-1 Newcastle.
Oh, you said 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle. I said Gordon and Isak to score.
Okay, I like it. I'm going to back you.
Thank you.
I'm going to back you. I feel like because I was there for the first leg,
Of
I feel
course.
like I'm an honorary fan. So I'm going to go with, I feel like as if they're not going to score like PSG.
Just be honest.
I'll match you. I'll go with a late 2-1, proper smash and grab from you,
that would be amazing.
Maybe 90th minute.
That would be amazing.
Or something.
I hope not, because I might just
to the heart.
go crazy. So
I'm backing you. And to be fair, so are some of our super chats. Tina says United were underdogs in Paris and they also won. That was a late smash and grab, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think Newcastle can get something out of this game. Go Magpies. Fuad Kadani's army. You've got a whole army, bro.
Nah, this guy's a hater. he's using my name for prop.
He says
we need to get him banned off the channel.
You faked illness, unlike Pau Torres. Also, the audacity. I know we're not talking about Spurs tonight, really, but the audacity of Villa tweeting 3.8. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So really,
listen, let him enjoy their moment, man.
Unbelievable. They'll learn about what big games really mean if they ever make it to Champions League. Let's see what you guys are feeling in the chat. Send us through your predictions, please. Lewis Brown says Newcastle 3-1. Lots of people talking about our injuries as well. Marlon Blaze says PSG 4-0. I don't know. I feel like this is really harsh. I feel like people should just not write off Newcastle.
But 4-0 can happen, though, because obviously 2-0 at Dortmund. You get me?
Yeah.
2 more goals. So this game can go any way, but I'm just backing the boys, and I'm just backing that Eddie Howe has got into them and he's told them.
Bench is light.
I'm looking at it,
and that's the thing.
Miggy Almiron is going to have to track back a lot today, I think, to double up on Mbappe. Or Lewis Smiley.
Yeah,
Because
I think
Trippier is going to need definitely help on that side. If anything, I don't know, maybe I would have swapped him and Livramento around. I would have put Livramento.
No. On
Mbappe?
No chance, because of experience here is key, man.
Yeah.
And I think in this game, what we got to do is we got to stay in the game probably 0-0 in the first 30 minutes, grow into the game. We can't concede early. We can't do that, because then it's done basically. Because then it's tough to now get back into the game. So we've got to stay composed and keep it tight and keep it 0-0 as long as possible, and then grow into the game.
Oh, I'm excited for you. I'm excited. I can feel something good happening for you. Fingers crossed.
Amen.
Dylan says PSG 3-2. Headshot said PSG's midfield is weak. Newcastle will get a result.
Let's go.
No name on this one, but he said, honestly, think we lose 2-1. I don't mind, though. I'd rather focus on the Prem fully and maybe
100%.
another Carabao Cup run. That's another shout. We have kicked off as well, by the way. If you do end up going out of this, and let's say you end up in the Europa League, are you focusing on Europa League and Carabao Cup, or are you just going to try and focus on Prem?
If we end up in Europa League, then of course we're in it to win it.
I think if you're in it, then you need to.
Of course, yeah.
Why not?
I mean, I would never encourage us losing games on purpose, but Mbappe's
Early chance here, potentially.
Mbappe's already
for Mbappe.
cooking. Oh,
Okay.
This is how it's
out the blocks fast.
Yeah,
but this is what you knew it was going to be like tonight. You know Paris are going to come at you. It's going to be a lot of defending.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to be really on it, tight at the back.
But to answer your question about Europa League, obviously if we're in it, come on, this play to win it. But and also focus on the Premier League. But also, you winning it will be another avenue to get back into the Champions League.
Exactly.
So that I understand as well. But I just feel like the squad and the way we play, how aggressive we are, is why we're getting too many injuries, because we're playing in the Carabao Cup. I think, by the way, we're the only English side that can do the quadruple. By the way, I'm just saying that should show you that like we're playing a lot of games, because obviously Carabao Cup, we're still in Champions League.
everyone else has been dumped out of a tournament.
Dumped out of something. Do you get me? So And with our depth
Tonight might
and
be
the way
your
it is,
We're down to the treble after tonight. There is another chat here from B Belmont who said nobody had Newcastle to win when they first played. This is a Champions League night. Anything can happen. Upa Atleti. So we've got an Atletico Madrid fan in the chat. Sean says Newcastle can win the Europa League though. The immature reviewer says Newcastle 3-0 tonight. I mean, I'd like to see it. Why not? I'd like to see it for the English game.
yeah.
No, we've got you in a couple of weeks' time. I should stop being so nice.
Which I'll be. I think that's on. I think December the 11th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah, 4:30 game.
Yep, it is soon. That guy.
Yes. How you
Hello.
Welcome.
Bonjour.
How are you?
Bonjour, ça va?
That's it.
Yes, you try.
That's all I can really give you.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chris.
Chris, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, and you, Abby?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Looking fresh, man.
Yeah, you are.
I try, we're French, so I try to look fresh. I'm gonna win today, so that's what's gonna happen.
You started off well, as expected. Chris, how have you kind of thought about tonight?
I think. Who
Who are you calling?
That's me.
I think that's you.
Sorry. I feel quite comfortable. We play at home. Dembele got the ball. I feel really confident. Like we last game. We
Come
were
on.
playing. Sorry. Sorry, I get emotional. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sometimes.
You're in the right
Right.
place for emotion. You're in the right place. So you're not fearing Newcastle at all tonight.
It's not. I will never gonna be able to say I'm not fearing Newcastle. It's a great team. They even won like 4-1 if I remember against Chelsea. And
Yeah.
Chelsea was kind of pathetic. But at the same
And
time,
4-0
Yeah.
against you guys as well.
no,
though.
it happened. We were cocky on the first one. I'm gonna
sure.
give you this one.
Sure.
But what I can say is like you had a lot of player like injured and like your defensive player like the one I love, for example, Sven Botman and some other player are not there. So I think you're not like at your maximum. So that's why I feel like plus we away great team, and I think we were gonna cocky the first game. I'm pretty confident, and plus we play at home.
No,
Fair
fair.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Let's read some more of these. Hannibal Lecter said, PSG are crap. Newcastle should win this. I remember United C team knocked them out. Tuanzebe had Mbappe in his pocket. If this was Saliba, people would say he's the best in the world, but it's not Saliba. Starboy said, this game is going to be boring. Two oil teams with no history. Watch Dortmund and Milan game instead. There are lots of other games on tonight, actually, and we will just tell you what they are. Where are we? We had early kickoff was Lazio against Celtic. That was 2-0. Celtic, again, rock bottom. Shakhtar 1-0 over
They miss Big
Antwerp.
Ange.
Yeah, they do miss Big Ange. Let's hope we can take some players off him in Jan. And also, of course, it's Milan Dortmund tonight. Feyenoord Atletico. PSG Newcastle. Barcelona Porto. Young Boys. And Man City as well, also in action. Tomorrow's a big one, though. It's Galatasaray against Manchester United. It's the early game tomorrow.
Welcome to it.
It's going to be crazy. What do we actually expect about that tomorrow night?
Is that in Turkey, isn't it?
That is, yeah, that's at
That's a
Galatasaray.
tough game. I feel like they've got their work out there, man, because now they've got 2 away games, I think, haven't they? They're away. Actually, no,
They're home to United.
last
They're
one,
home
yeah.
to Bayern on the 12th.
So, but they had Copenhagen. So, and now this is their second game away.
Yes,
so
back to back.
they've got their work cut out there still, I believe.
Do you know what? It may sound weird, but I feel like United could actually go there and get a result.
They could.
Like
They need to.
It would be very Man United-esque to kind of the moment they're down and out, they just pull something out of the bag type of thing. So Garnacho getting that goal on the weekend might just kind of, I don't know, change the morale around the dressing room. But I thought Kobe Minu on the weekend as well gave them like a fresh wrinkle to their midfield, if you like. And I always know in midfield, if you can freshen it out, we've seen that with 1 or 2 players in our team this year, it can really get things going.
Hey,
you know
you
what I
can't
mean?
dive in
So,
there. Come on.
oof, Mbappe there.
No, ref. Yeah, come on, get up. That's
Oh,
it.
Thank
Refs
you,
let it go. Okay.
Anthony Gordon. Go on.
Come
Let's
on.
drive at them. Let's drive at them. Just keep it though. Kill him and Isak. Keep it.
This is going to be where this is where they have to capitalise tonight. isn't
Exactly,
it? When they turn
these-
over the possession and
exactly,
try and
yeah.
break quickly, and just in those transitions try and do something with the ball.
These like moments here is what I always talk about. is our final ball good enough for us to cause problems? And look,
Jojo?
it's working. It's working.
Brazilian!
It's just gone off.
Just overcooked that a little bit, but I like it.
That for me there is encouraging, because it shows that we're out here to actually get some points or get some goals, and
Playing for something.
Exactly. So that's good to see still.
MD says, weird take, but I want Newcastle to win because I want all Prem teams to do well in the Champions League to make it. So there's the 5th place for Champions League.
Yeah.
But we just really, I guess so. We kind of do want United to get out of the group to allow that 5th spot.
Hey, Trippier.
Nice from Kieran Trippier.
Dealing with Mbappe.
What do you lot think? Yeah. Who's the best English right back right now currently?
Trent.
I know you want to.
Yeah, right back.
Trent.
Listen.
Well, I mean, I've asked the question basically: Kyle Walker or Trippier?
No, the best one ever. Right now, no question.
If
Walker.
you're saying my favorite one is Trent, let me rephrase that. My favorite one is Trent.
Right.
I think if you're talking it's not going to be Trippier under any circumstance. I don't think, because if I'm looking for going both ways, I'll pick Reece James ahead of him. The problem with Reece James is he can't stay fit.
So then that in itself is a problem.
Mr. Consistency, Mr. Ever Reliable, Mr. Pace, Kyle Walker.
Right.
I think all day long, Kyle Walker.
All day long, Kyle Walker. That's not even a debate.
For almost like 3-4 years now, we've been having a discussion of, Reece James, here's a Trent. Trippier's always there. Kyle Walker's always going to be there. We know it, like guaranteed. So, like that, I always find that kind of debate interesting, but it's always going to be Walker, isn't it?
We're quite blessed in that position in terms of English players.
Yeah.
I wish we were actually blessed in the whole defence and centre.
Here comes Hakimi. 1 second.
Oh,
Mbappe!
Oh, Nick
He
Pope.
tried a little something there.
That is too easy, bro. What is that? That's too easy.
That was
Nick
way
Pope's
too easy. The way you
good
just
for him,
floated
though.
near post there as well.
That should be 1-0.
Yeah, they can't be switching off Newcastle.
Oof, under pressure here.
But nonetheless, good save from Nick Pope, keep you in it. But definitely they are building in and growing into this game, aren't they, PSG?
Dembele.
But yeah, we have got an abundance of right backs in this country. It makes for a tough decision, but I think that while Kyle Walker is still I still think he's at his peak, to be honest with you. We're not really seeing him lose that half a yard yet. So until he does, I think he's always going to be the first choice, especially for England.
I mean, for me, I asked the question because obviously I understand how good Kyle Walker is and what he's achieved recently, playing at Man City, and he's a great. But I just think it's not as clear-cut as people think, because Trippier is balling out. He's balling out to the point where it's like
crazy
back and forth, going forward and going back too.
Yeah.
So, and also on the ball as well, I feel like he's got that edge over Kyle Walker on the ball. Set pieces as well. He's Mr. Reliable as well. So I'm, Do you
know my issue with Trippier? I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
This Trippier that you lot have now is the Trippier I wanted. Yeah. And it's the Trippier I expected. Yeah. After Kyle Walker left, we gave him the keys. We said it's all yours. Be this player.
But how mental that we didn't get this. We had both those players at Tottenham, and we
so yeah,
that's right.
Because,
we never had this
because
version
I
of
never
him.
got that. I've always got like a bro. I don't like you, man.
You don't like him. You don't like him because of it.
But he's a quality player. Oh my God, they're coming again. Oh, Fabian Ruiz blocked.
Chris, how are you feeling about the first 10 minutes or so? Are you seeing good positive signs from PSG?
Yeah, they play like the way they expected. The lineup is kind of good, but I'm not confident about Danilo. Close to Skriniar because he's kind of slow. That's the only thing I'm pretty aware. Like I'm pretty scared because of that, but except of that, like I'm pretty confident because I know we're gonna hold the ball and we're gonna make the game.
Exactly. So
the only thing is like I'm surprised like Newcastle not scared. I would say like I thought there would be more at the back, but we come for win and we're gonna win today.
How comes Danilo? Yeah, every single season, every single manager. He plays 44 games.
Do you know why? In every single team, you need one soldier. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you see Danilo, sometimes people lack player. Like for example, Kylian Mbappe might gonna give you a game. He might gonna be out of 9 or 9.5, but it can give you a game. It's gonna be 3. Danilo always gonna give you at least a 6.
Yeah.
That's it, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
No foul.
So you need
Reliable.
that. He's reliable. You need that in your team sometimes. In every single you can even speak like I gave you another example. You can be like for Real Madrid, Nacho.
Yeah.
Nacho. That's it. I just said the name. You already know what it's about because it's always going to be reliable. He's never going to be the best player in the team. But you know if you need to replace anyone or he needs to be on
Again,
chance.
you see this. These
Big
moments
chance for
here. We have
Newcastle
to take them.
Big
We
chance.
have to take this. Like we can't afford to miss the chances. Like they can because they've got players that can create more for that.
Create more.
Yeah.
We have to take these chances. And
Almiron
we didn't do that at
smashing
Dortmund.
Hakimi.
And Isak,
Oh,
kill him, man.
Isak.
Isak, come on.
He's got
That's
to
your bread and
finish
butter.
that off.
That's a sitter.
That's
But again, your physicality. This is what you need to bring tonight. The physicality.
yeah, exactly. Us pressing, us
Yep.
being aggressive because they've shown that they couldn't deal with it at home, and obviously now that's what we have to do. We can't pay them too much respect, because they're showing that they can be gotten at. Dortmund's winning, I believe.
Yeah, Dortmund are. Let's have a quick check in on
first
that.
one.
It is 1-0. Marco Reus with a penalty.
That's not ideal.
So at the minute, it's Newcastle that occupy the Champions League. Not the Champions League spot. Sorry, I got your hopes up. The Europa League spots. But of course, we do have another match day, and this is good for you in a way.
Dortmund winning, I feel like that game for me ideally needs to be a draw or AC Milan win, because Dortmund winning, it basically puts them through, and then it's between us and PSG, and PSG is playing Dortmund next game, who
Better
could be
take
through already.
chances
So
then.
it's like,
Again. Oh, great tackle there.
this is encouraging though. But
Yeah.
Bruno again, like, come on, turn a shoot, like take a chance there. But Dortmund winning for me it's not ideal, but it is what it is. We just have to focus on our own game and make sure we get a result here, a win here. But the first 15 minutes has been encouraging going forward. But PSG have had their chances too. So
Yeah, they have done. But it's been an entertaining first 13 minutes. How have PSG kind of been in terms of the league this season?
Oh, we have a slow start in the beginning, but now we're really good. Like I think we kind of try to find a way to play in our 11th, even if we still like kind of swap every 2 games, like between Ramos and Rondal Colomwani. There's few players like that we kind of swap, but I think we're pretty confident, and now we know the way we play, and we kind of find our team. Yeah.
Talk to me about Zaire Emery, because he's someone who started the season really well,
Yeah.
but got injured last week on international duty.
Yeah.
How big of a miss is he going to be?
I know a lot of PSG fans not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but I love him. I think he's really talented, but I still believe he's quite young on some aspect. So I feel like sometimes cause we in a generation, we like to put like a young player like forward, but sometimes we burn them. So I'm kind of happy at the same time he's injured, because we have player like with more experience like Rees or Kogin Lee or
Vitinha,
and Vitinha. And for example, technically I prefer Vitinha. You know what I'm saying? And I think Zaire Emery, I'm happy he's in the squad, but I don't see him like as a starter like every single game.
And do you feel like that's what was happening maybe at the start of the season too much, where every game he's almost starting and you're almost relying too much on a 16-year-old? Similar like Barcelona, you've seen it. Gavi, he's now gotten injured. Pedri recently had big injuries, and those are guys who've been in their teams from 17 years old. Ansu Fati, we saw that before as well. Now they've got Lamal coming through as well. You don't want to kind of go through that situation. So you're saying it could be then a blessing in disguise maybe, where it just kind of takes him out of the limelight a little bit, and these other senior players can step up more now, if anything.
I think we need like that. That's, for example, for me, the best example of what you just say is Pedri. Pedri was like, it's been a year like he played every single game back to back, like for the national team and like for Barcelona and everything. Olympics and everything. But people just realize right now, he's burned right now. He's fatigued. His body cannot, cause he's growing up. So his body is not finished. And now you want me to train like a 25 years old, but I got 18, 17, 16. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like he's been like injured right now, and it's not that long. It's good, like, and remind us like, oh, we have other player and they can really do the job.
Ooh, I think RB Leipzig have gone 1-0 up against Man City as well.
Interesting, that one.
Sorry.
how do you see like obviously PSG playing in France, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that impacts you guys playing in the Champions League, because obviously the quality is is such different.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Farmer League, yeah.
No.
I was joking.
Like, okay. Question is why do PSG not struggle, but why haven't you guys achieved what you wanted to achieve yet in the Champions League? Because for me, I put it down to the quality of what you're up against week in, week out. It's not the same in Champions League. So why haven't you guys achieved success?
Okay, I will ask you a question, even if like I cannot really compare those two like a league, but do you think like the intensity in the Premier League is the same as the Liga?
No.
So you think the Premier League is way
What do you intensity
In terms of physicality,
No,
intensity?
I actually think they're very close, in my opinion.
You
And
think
I
they're close?
The players from the French league, if you notice, they transition best.
No, I
into
said the
Premier
Liga. I
League.
didn't say the French league. I said the Spanish league.
La Liga.
Oh, La Liga.
La
Oh,
Liga.
no.
Okay, but La
Yeah,
Liga
I think-
won more Champions League than yours.
Yeah, but
In the past 20 years, what I want to explain to you is like, I give you the example of Man City. What I think the downfall of PSG was the structure of the club.
Yeah.
We thought like to win, it was money. We didn't thought like to win. We need to, you know what I'm saying?
Chemistry.
To chemistry. We need to build up, one step at a time. That's
I
for me
yeah.
why it lead us like to where we've been. And now I think because we kind of try to really change and put a new mentality, I think we might gonna do something way better than before.
I think that was very apparent when you had Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe
That
with Poch.
stinks, bro. Yeah,
it was like,
it was mad.
if you're doing a FIFA team, it's an absolute dream. But I think as for a manager, I think it's a nightmare because you've got three players, none of them want to track back.
Walking, yeah. Literally.
Yeah, so
Yeah, to walk
you're already down
Defensively,
three players
we
in that
8 or
sense.
9.
Yeah, and you didn't win the league that year, to be fair, when he first came in. But it was crazy to have those three players, and it's what you'd want, because on paper it makes sense, but in reality it doesn't. And I think maybe now with the changes that you have done, you are building something for the future, and especially these, I guess, young homegrown players that are also coming through. If you can hold on to them and keep them, but again, it's matching that ambition. They want more than just a Liga trophy. They're going to want success in Europe, and that's obviously something that PSG has been missing from there. I want to ask you about Mbappe though, because I feel like every 6 months to a year we always have the same conversation about Mbappe. Is he staying? Is he going? He's telling the world he's staying, then he's going. And what do we think is going to happen then come the summer?
Oh, I think that's finished. This is the last year for me, and I'm happy he's gonna leave. I really believe and I wish like he's gonna leave at the end of the year. Like he's been 5 years in PSG or something like that. He did anything he could do. I'm happy. If you want to stay, he can stay. If he's staying, I wish it's gonna be for a real mentality and a real project. But for me, if you want to leave, I will not even be angry. I will not feel any type of way. It's been, people forget how long he's been there. He's the best goal scorer in the history of PSG. What do you want me to say? He gave us he's got what, 24 right now?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say to him?
Yeah.
He's been, I think if I remember, he's been 60. He came at 18, if I don't mistake, 18 or 16 when he came on loan, like £180 million of loan from Monaco, and after we bought
The next year.
you know what I'm saying? That's his last year, and like, I understand him. So I'm just, it's sometimes people, I think we forget, just be grateful and like appreciate what the player did for you. Yeah, and just enjoy it. So if he leaves, he leaves. If he stay, I'm happy. But if he leaves, just leave and like achieve new things in your life.
What do you think the percentage he could stay is? Because I look at Real Madrid, it seems like that door, he's pretty much closed it. The Premier League, I don't know if anybody can afford him. He doesn't care about the Saudi league.
What do you mean by the door is closed?
Yeah.
For me, what do you mean by
For Madrid?
Yeah, what do you mean?
As in,
He's going there to be a 9 though.
No.
Does he
I
wanna
don't
play
believe.
as a nine?
I don't believe that to be for real. Even though I'm just gonna ask you something, because
after the last 2 summers, he almost sold them a dream, I feel like.
Okay, but
I'm coming. Now I feel like the fans don't trust him. So you know how fans are anyway. You score a couple goals, they'll forgive you.
A fan is a fan. A president is a president.
Perez, I don't know.
But he still wants him though, isn't it? And I believe he signed his new deal just so it allows PSG to get money for him.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't say anything. That's just a rumor. Like technically, he didn't say. At the end of the year, he's finished. He didn't say anything so far. That's what people keep saying.
Maybe
but
that's what you waited for, to go on the free.
But my only question,
club who comes in out of nowhere.
How many wingers, left winger in the world
are better than him.
None.
So that's why when you say the door is closed, it makes no sense. Every single team, like if you compete for Champions League, you want Mbappe. That's the one, like in the World Cup, like.
No, but it's like what you said
almost
with
win
the chemistry. Real Madrid right now, they have a nice chemistry. They have
Which chemistry?
They have Rodrigo. They have Jude Bellingham. They have Valverde. They have Camavinga, Chouameni. They have this nice.
Okay,
young core cluster.
when Bellingham came,
now they're gonna bring Mbappe and shoehorn this superstar.
I'm gonna
into
ask you the same question. Bellingham came in the beginning of this year, yeah. When he came over, I'm sorry, but in the midfield position, there's a lot of people. But because Bellingham is a hell of a player, they make space for him in every single team. It's like that. You have a player. You build around him, and a player like that, you build with him. That's why we have great manager.
Ooh, Usman Dembele there, ball just floating to him in the back.
I don't know. I ask you are you gonna say no if Mbappe coming tomorrow?
Nobody says no to Mbappe. My thing is
definitely not
do
saying no.
Madrid go back in for him?
I think they do.
They do.
And I think,
They do.
How many players can be out on a conversation to be just Ballon d'Or? How many players? Maybe 5.
Yeah.
And in those 5, who's the 2 players you always talk about it right now? Haaland, Mbappe.
Madison and Romero.
Oh my God, man. You damn right.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, you're right.
It's feeling better.
Yeah. You're feeling better, but it's been a moment you stuck at 26 points.
And also that 30-minute cameo from Bentancur as well. Absolutely world class the other day.
Come on.
No, I think he does go, and I think he does end up at Madrid, to be fair, because I'd love to see him in the Premier League, but where does he go?
Listen, everybody knows he'll end up at. I'm thinking, is there a possibility that he signs on at PSG in terms of? Right now, you're saying you've built the club culture correctly. I feel like this is the first summer you've tried to take the best domestic talents. You've looked at your homegrown and said, you know what, we can develop some rather than letting them go. And he's at home. He supports PSG, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe he says, I'm staying here and this is going to be my club and I'm going to win something here.
That's
for me a possibility.
That Kane was going to do
That's for me is a possibility.
I never thought Kane was going to do that.
There was always that in the back of your mind.
Kane, Spurs fan always make me laugh. Kane, okay, score, go, but he won no trophy. So where's he going to stay?
Kane was always going to leave.
Have you? Well, I mean, to be fair,
Go on, Tino.
Oh my God, Tino is dancing! Hey!
have a shot.
Oh my boys!
God!
Wow!
Killer man, Isak!
1-0.
Newcastle!
Bro, I've been watching this game.
Wow.
PSG on it. They're not it. PSG are not on it.
Don't write
They're
them
not on
off.
it.
All don't write them off.
That
Early
was all
doors.
Tino Livramento,
Very
man.
early doors, that. But it is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Newcastle 1. How you feeling?
That's been coming. I've been quiet for the last five minutes because I've been watching this game, and PSG, they can't handle our press, right? And you guys have given the ball away so many times, and for us, this has been coming, man. And I'm glad that we were able to take our chance
so
now.
Bad from
and
Donnarumma.
Terrible from Donnarumma.
that's going to make PSG come out.
Terrible from Donnarumma right there.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Game on. People
Come on.
fight Newcastle off at your own discretion. How do you feel about that, Chris?
Oh, no, the game is 90 minutes, so I'm always relaxed.
You're relaxed by that, but criticism for Donnarumma, Paul?
Yeah, no, but recently he's in good form, so I cannot say anything. Come on. He's playing really well right now.
Okay, let's see if they can get themselves back in it. So far, really well. In all honesty, I don't think Paris have had particularly many clear-cut chances. They're exciting in that final third, but they're not really. They haven't had any chances where you're
There was
like,
one chance
that should
Dembele
be
just fell to
back of the
a couple
net.
of minutes ago.
That
was-
first chance from Mbappe,
where
the
he
flick,
flicked it in.
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
flick,
in
that
the
one.
first 40 seconds. But
Yeah.
since then, we haven't seen
Rees, Mbappe, Dembele, there's quite a chance, so that's what I'm saying. We never know.
So-
but you're right. When you press, like I say, Danilo is kind of slow, and like the defense, I'm not that confident. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sitting there watching it, and the second balls, we're winning it, and that's our game, right? And if you let us play this way, we're gonna tear you apart. So I can't see PSG playing well on the ball. So and look, ball passes, right? 140 passes, but it's going to nowhere. And
not letting him get in and
I've
behind.
seen,
Oof.
and I've seen players pass the ball out of play just because we've pressed them. So we've got to just keep this going. Don't get too excited. Just keep what we're doing and keep our heads and just manage the game. 30 minutes, cool. Next 30 minutes or half time, cool. And then again, just break up the game, bit by bit because there's still a long way to go in this game. But to score first, 1-0, I didn't see it coming. I said 2-1 win, Isak to score, but whew.
Hey.
Exciting, very exciting. Taz says, I'm a Madrid fan, and in my opinion, Mbappe fits perfectly for Barca rather than Real Madrid. If he comes, I don't know where he's going to play. He's not going to move Vinny.
That's what I keep saying. I'm like, I speak to some Madrid fans, and they tell me, look, Vinny's not going to move off that left. Mbappe's going to have to go through the middle.
Yeah.
But the big thing Mbappe always says is he doesn't want to play through the middle. He wants to play on the left. So I'm like, and I'm looking at Madrid's project at the moment. They've got a nice young core building there, and they're all loving each other. It's like a brotherhood over there. Mbappe's going to go there, and he's going to be the main star.
And it's just ruffles feathers, isn't it?
All of a sudden, everyone's got to bow down to him after we've just built this nice, core. I don't know. Yeah. So as you said, Madrid could look at kind of your situation and say, hey, we're building a nice culture as well. Do we really need Mbappe? Of course, no one says no to Mbappe. You'd be stupid if he's on a free. But
for me, when I see the team, the best player for Madrid, he is Erling Haaland or Harry Kane.
Yeah,
he never been Mbappe, my man. If you speak about terms like the player's going to sit straight up to you, to your team. That's what I thought.
I said in the summer when I think the first couple of weeks of the window, I remember Real Madrid were linked with Harry Kane, and I said, that is good for both us and for them. I said that would be the most perfect Benzema replacement you can find on the market.
Kick it out.
They decided no.
Which is, I actually think it's a bit of a shame for Kane. I'm not to say that
he would have definitely preferred it as well.
Look, don't get me wrong. I think Bayern is.
Madrid to Bayern.
I think he's definitely.
He ain't feeling them schnitzels and he's enjoying it now. But if you told him, yo, Madrid or Bayern, I
think all day long you pick Madrid.
Of course, but I feel like Kane at Bayern, I feel like he's taking him to a different level because it's like that saying, if you have a fly or a flea in a jar, right, and the jar's closed, that flea can only fly so high. And sorry, but that was him at Spurs. Even though he was like, even though he was like still getting goals and stuff. But I feel like now that lid has been lifted, right? He's flying in a different way. He's scoring different type of goals. I see his goal against Italy for England, right? And I'm just like, Kane's doing this at his age. Like, he's gotten better with playing with better players.
But Kane was doing this for us.
I know, man, but I just feel like I've seen a different Harry Kane.
No, do you know what you're seeing? You're seeing him in a different shirt. So you're more interested. This is literally this narrative. PSG!
Kane!
This narrative about Kane, like he's suddenly become world class.
I'm
saying he's gotten better.
I've noticed him.
No, it's the same. I'm sorry.
It's the same. You just didn't want to see it because he was in a white shirt.
It's the same thing.
It's the same.
Declan Rice as well.
Mad.
Declan Rice at West, what he's doing at Arsenal this season.
It's crazy.
What
he's
he's doing at West Ham, in my opinion.
I know.
But it's just the fact that he's got an Arsenal shirt on.
Gets
Now
more
everyone's looking at it. It's
airtime
like, I swear to you, Rice is looking different. I'm like,
he's looking the same.
Rice was cooking like this.
It's just because it's not the same market. You don't watch him in the same way when you play for West Ham or Arsenal.
Also with Spurs, there's such an agenda against such a hatred.
I don't care about
No, it's not hatred. It's not hatred. It's just it's not hatred.
You won't normally have one.
In this country, there is such a hatred.
No, it's not hatred. It's just like Spurs is not that good. I'm sorry, respectfully.
Well, we had the best striker in the world for all that time.
Why I'm saying what I'm saying is because Kane's playing with better players, right? And I feel like mentally at Bayern Munich it's different. Like they're there to win. Do you get me? And Kane's fitted.
Players now. I mean, last season he was playing with a midfield of Højbjerg and Skip. But we go back in time. And he was still playing with a team that finished second in the Premier League at one time. Was a brilliant team.
You're holding on to that though.
I'm saying he was playing with good players, and he was young, and of course we've seen him progress and his game develop and him drop back and put it on a plate. We've been saying this for years. But now that he's in the Bundesliga, everyone want to take note of it, and we're just.
I just think mentally, Kane's in a place where he's meant to, or he's expected to win, right? So that raises his bar naturally. At Spurs, it's like, okay, if we don't win, okay, try again next season. At Bayern Munich, the mentality there is to win, and they are aiming to win Champions League too, by the way.
I ain't gonna lie, it's them right. If you don't win,
so-
it's Spurs. It's like,
you get me?
That's another day.
So that naturally makes you
Bayern knocked
better.
out the DFBL Pokal, and they're second in the league.
Bro, they're going to
Hold
win the
it.
league. And Bayern Munich are going to go far
Hey.
in the
I
Champions
they
League.
really
Don't rule out.
did it.
Oh, Osman!
Good save, good save.
Done.
PSG are waking up. I can't lie to you. PSG are waking up the last couple of minutes.
No, they ain't. They ain't, trust me.
I like it.
They ain't. It's all half-hearted. I'm being serious with you, trust me. Like, I've not seen conviction from
Listen,
from PSG yet.
Livramento, I can't lie to you. That dribble, well
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
But
man.
defensively, Dembele's been on you.
Anyway, we deflected.
You lot are so hurt, innit? It's so funny to see that.
We digressed was what I was going
Listen,
for.
he was good for us as well, you know.
It's
Come on,
mad. Channel 1 has made a ridiculous comment that said the media love Spurs, apparently. I mean, I can honestly tell you as a Spurs fan that is completely untrue. But hey ho, and I'm not rattled, Elijah. I'm just saying facts, and if you don't like it, then don't listen to them.
By the way,
because these are facts.
By the way, just saying, yeah, I've been fighting for Spurs in group chats. By the way, like as in Ange, what he's done there, it brings to mind Eddie Howe. So I like Spurs at the minute, but I'm just saying what Harry Kane
Right
is
now?
doing. Pardon?
You say you lack Spurs right now?
Yeah, like just seeing
Yeah,
how,
of course.
just seeing how like the coach has come in and he's changed everyone's mindset. Everyone, those who come in, they're all on board. Like they're pressing. They're so that brings to mind Eddie Howe, innit? So I have no beef with Spurs, but I'm just saying Harry Kane's game for me is naturally going to improve when you're in a different environment where you're expected to win mentally.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm here to win.
I think mentality-wise has changed, but in terms of what his actual football and what he can do as an individual, he was genuinely doing the exact same thing for the last 7-8 seasons.
We've a bit more freedom because that jar is lifted now. Just saying. Just saying.
Hey. Let's hope the-
Lewis Miley, come on, boy.
Anyway, yeah, back to the game. It is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Newcastle 1. City are 2-0 down, by the way, at home to RB Leipzig.
They're through though. Yeah, but they're through though, innit? But
They have qualified, but again, they need
qualified
to
first.
top the group.
Yeah.
I know. Who scored?
I will tell you.
Opiedo or
Or
something.
Penda, I bet.
Openda.
Penda.
Hold on. I mean, it's
It's got to be
kind of
Openda.
mad.
He's been on
Yeah, it is
fire.
Openda.
Yeah, 2 as well, yeah.
2
Openda.
goals.
What a player, man.
Really interesting to see that. I mean, obviously we said they have qualified, but doesn't mean they'll top the group,
Yeah, and
which could make for an interesting read. And also possession-wise, it's been 68% possession to Manchester City, 32% to Leipzig.
That's not surprised to be fair.
that's
Pretty much,
Vintage City suffocate ball.
they've had 2 shots on target and 2 goals out of it.
Hey, efficiency. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely efficiency. How have you felt about Dembele tonight? Has he been the one that's kind of stood out for you the most?
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. In forward, like, yeah, I like the way he play, but I just need him, like, to shot on target, first of all, because sometimes he's taking a piss. But, yeah, Dembele, yes.
Mbappe's been very quiet today.
I don't really mind about it,
Surprised.
because sometimes Mbappe, you don't see him
does
for
that,
80
yeah.
minutes, but in 1 minute.
Here we go.
yeah.
One ball over the top. Whips. Fabian Ruiz.
Reese twice, man.
Oh God. See, this is where they've got a break.
Yeah, thank you, Hakimi, yes.
Anthony Gordon done the exact same thing against Dortmund in the first game. He gave it away in a silly position and
Cost
he scored. So these sort of games, you can't be dribbling in
Fine margins.
Yeah,
our
in your-
area. Yeah, so it's about give it and go. Keep the ball, give and go. Don't try to beat too many players because in Champions League is moments and margins, and
This moment.
if you give the ball away in a silly area like Dortmund did, they scored just like that. So we can't afford. We've got to learn from these games and go into the next games, taking our lessons. And I feel like we have, because we're playing much better. But we can't give these players opportunities to cause us problems because they will score.
But overall, you would say that
No, can't.
so far this half,
Ref, come on, ref. That's twice. Book him. Thank you.
you must be happy with what you've seen so far this half in terms of
Look at me,
the
I'm buzzing.
defending, the desire, not just
No,
the
book
goal,
him.
but
Even me,
the-
I'm with you. Book him, please.
just the overall performance of today.
I'm buzzing because I didn't see us. I mean, I knew we'd fight, right? But I didn't see PSG playing like this. I'm seeing the same PSG that we beat 4-0, but they're just at home, so that gives them that extra confidence. But 1-0, 35 minutes? I said if we can be 0-0 at 30 minutes, then go into the game. That'll be good. But for us to be winning this game right now, playing the way we're playing, we're competing. That's the main thing. Like with Newcastle, even under Bruce and under whoever we had with Benitez, I've always wanted us to compete. As long as we're competing, you don't know what can happen. So we competed against Dortmund in the 2 games against Milan and PSG at home. So it's still early, but I'm buzzing.
36 minutes, nearly 37 on the clock. There are 1,300 of you currently watching us, but we've only got 267 likes. So can we please smash that like button? Smash it.
Whoa.
Get those likes up. We can see you all, and we expect to see some likes go up.
No, he's off.
Yeah, I think that this game, I think it might go the exact way that we kind of thought it would.
Yeah.
I know you're being very pensive about it. Like you're like, I don't want to say it. But I feel like you're like, you don't want to jinx it at this point.
I'll keep it real with you, 100%. Like I said, this is the free hit game where I said at the start of it, we could lose this game and get points from other games. But I just know like the mentality that these boys have, we fear nobody.
Yeah.
So when you have that mindset, you can always win a game. And we beat them 4-0 at home. That's going to give us more confidence, and anything can happen. And we know that our destiny is in our hands. AC Milan 1-1. So that for us now is positive.
Yeah.
Is now that for us is great, because now
for everyone.
If we now win this game, and then we're back in that picture, and then we got Milan at home. So again, I'm not going to get too excited because it's still very early. PSG have players like Mbappe to cause us problems, but I've not seen nothing to be really concerned about.
Oh, lovely there.
Lovely
that.
Go on, Tino.
Oh, Tino, lovely. Get it back. Dog.
Playing ball, bro. He's playing ball.
Yeah. At the minute, this bodes very, very well for you, because you'd be sitting in the driving seat.
Is it? So
you'd be sitting in second. You'd be sitting second in the group with 7 points.
Ooh. You finished top.
To go into that.
If you were to win this game, I've got so many people in mind, that I'm gonna just have in mind, and then I'm gonna message them and tell what you say. Because obviously, because that Dortmund game was a blow. Like the first game at home was a blow, and then to lose again
everyone
away,
everyone
7
can
points.
lose, everyone can win right now.
So this group of death, I said it, like it's just the most competitive, and we're seeing it now. Like, and then if we qualify again, that goes back to what is successful for us in it this season. So yeah,
huge,
yeah,
huge if it happens. Chris, let's say that the group stayed as it is at the moment, which would be Dortmund going through, Newcastle going through, PSG would be dropping down to the Europa League. How would you feel about that?
No.
Yeah.
No. You bring Qatari to go at least
quarters minimum.
Quarters, yeah. So no, for us it's not like Newcastle. Newcastle, if they get through the group, it's amazing for them. Like they didn't, respectfully, didn't really expect that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see Milan or Dortmund, you don't really expect that. But us, we have to. That's an obligation. That's not a conversation. It's like you're gonna see Man United or City, and you're like, oh, they go in Europa League. Even right now, I watch Liverpool in Europa League, I feel some type of way.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
You know what I'm saying? If I
it.
watch Liverpool, I feel some type of way. PSG, I'm not saying they at the same level, they're not, but I'm saying like right now in the current football, you expect those teams to go through the group stage.
I hear you still. I agree with you, because I think you lot will pop one as well.
You got big love in the super chat. I feel like I'm going to let you read it, because it's all about you. There's a lot of love for you today.
Giallo goes, big up Fuad, Abubakar, Abdul Hassan, Kareem Kadan.
Is that your full name?
No, it's not.
I was going to say
it's almost like a running joke on our podcast that whenever something happens and someone wants to call my name, like your mum calls your full name.
Yeah.
So everyone's just been making new names and just adding in.
Adding a new name.
Listen.
What is your actual name out of that?
It's Fuad Kadani.
Just Fuad Kadani.
That's it. Everything else in between is just made up.
That's a joke.
It's all good fun though.
I saw you
appreciate the super chat.
praising her chicken the other night. Was it chicken she was making, or what was she cooking?
Oh yeah,
Mum,
I can't lie to you. Yeah, I was obviously, when you're down, Mum comes, gives you the health check. Hey, let me whip up a little soup.
It looked good.
I said, ooh, the soup as well. Where you're like,
It's
I
unique,
needed
innit?
this. Yeah. Oh, came at the right time,
I
man.
heard that.
Yeah,
still.
we had some illness going around this studio. It was
Yeah.
like one by one dropping like flies.
New strain.
Yeah, but you're feeling better, which is good. We are approaching half time. It is still Paris 0, Newcastle 1. I'm very excited about this because
It's been a decent game so far.
I want to see you go through. I really do. I think I do want the 5 spots first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because that might help us come the end of the season. But I do.
It's all about Spurs, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's always a
There's always a big plan. There's always a great plan.
Can I say?
You know,
though?
I've always got a motive.
Abby, though.
Here we go. 4 on 4.
Come on.
Kang.
I just want to say, you didn't have this energy last season, though.
You saw him.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
No.
Nice.
Too easy.
It's energy.
Yeah. Like I feel like last season you was where I was. Well, actually, no. You was so detached from Spurs, right?
I was very
But rightly
detached.
so. Right. So I think to go from there to where you are now is a
It's
massive
about
jump.
Ange. Oh, 100%. I've said it a million times. It's about Ange. It's definitely not to do with our ownership because the ownership is still the same, and I still feel firmly the same about the ownership. But I'm not going to be drawn into it anymore because we now have a manager that I can love and I can back.
You
and
believe in,
I
yeah.
believe in, and I think that was the thing with Antonio Conte that, you know, again, it stemmed back from the previous 3 years before that. You know, when they sacked Poch and then they got Jose in, which was, you know, nice at the time, but it wasn't really something that needed to necessarily happen. The moving parts, that wasn't what the problem was.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you go from Jose to Nuno to Conte, and you know, it's great while it lasts, but we finally have a manager that knows and gets it, you know, what we want to see, how we want to play, and someone we can believe in. So I'm fully on board with Ange, and I will back Ange to the hilt, to be honest. Don't know if you feel the same about Ange.
No, I do.
Who's
I don't
smart?
think there's. PSG
my
are just
God.
looking threatening here.
Yeah, they are still. And what I want to say is that Dortmund exposed us in a way that they use their wide men and then they cut the ball back because we don't have a natural number
Sitter.
4 sitter.
Yeah.
right? And I can see PSG trying to do
Doing the
try
same
Exactly the
thing,
same
yeah.
with Dembele.
And Dembele, exactly.
Yeah, I can see
and
it.
that's why I say that the game against Dortmund for me was painful because they exposed how to play against us.
Bah.
And I'm seeing it now.
I'm not gonna lie. So far, Trippier put Mbappe in his pocket. so-
Trippier is, I'm telling you, this guy is
Nah.
balling out
He's good.
ridiculously.
But I'm sorry, I'm not English, but like I'm not from UK. But when you ask the question, who's the best right back for me, it make no sense because it's Walker, like day in, day out. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's a good save. That's a good save, that.
Another save from Nick Pope.
That's a good save.
We have another super chat here from Cesar who says, X makes fun of Robbie for starting DR after Arsenal missed European football. It's ironic he now employs Spurs fans for watch-alongs. All love. Yes, we're having a year off, aren't we?
hey,
Having a
listen,
year
man,
off.
I'm enjoying the fruits.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm never mad about watching Champions League as a neutral.
Definitely not.
I did it for a long time growing up.
Come on, foul. This is amazing to see, man. That no, honestly, because for me, it goes back to like Craig Bellamy days, beating Feyenoord 3-2.
Bellamy?
Bellamy, yeah.
Yeah, I remember before,
Yeah.
like he goes after he just went to Liverpool.
No, before
that,
that.
before that, so that-
that's
that-
him and
remember.
Shearer with
yeah,
Son,
so, yeah.
old
It was
Robert.
lit. I remember. I used to like him.
So us being Feyenoord 3-2, scoring 2 late goals. For me, if we were to get a win here, that's
be up there.
on par with that because
No way.
everybody
Oh, wow.
wrote us off twice in this thing.
Hakimi
Bef-
Gordon has been a good battle, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
We're
great
giving
one.
it to him. Let's see if Newcastle
Go on,
can
Joe.
do anything
Go on,
else.
Joe.
Nah, okay.
Cool.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not it, man. They're not it.
Don't speak too soon.
No.
Don't speak soon.
I mean, I'm saying it because from what I can see. Because I thought obviously you lot are home and it's your castle. Because I saw what you guys done to, was it Dortmund 2-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, cool. You know, at home it's different. But I feel like I'm seeing the same PSG that again that I keep saying that we beat 4-0. But again, it's still time to go. So I'm staying
Still like
calm.
45 minutes.
Exactly,
man.
because you've got players that can do something out of nothing, innit? So, but for us to have even have a corner at the stage, or ref, that's not foul, man. But
Had to give him something. Almost half time. Chris, what have you made of the first half?
I like it so far. Like when I see it, I'm like, I can't. It's not like I feel like, there's no way we can come back from the game. I can see even like we can even score twice in a row. Like I'm not going to be surprised. But at the same time, I can see exactly the same from Newcastle. So
Skriniar 1v1. Oh, what a tackle!
no, that's tackled. Okay.
Rah.
That's a good tackle, that, because
I love those types of tackles, man.
It was in still.
That is last man, last ditch.
If we can go in 1-0 up, recharge.
Oh, killy.
No foul.
Look at everyone. Back.
Oh, handball.
No handball. Come on. I hate those handballs.
Give it to Kang. Shoot.
Why do you want them to? Do you want them to score?
No, I just want an exciting game. I want an exciting game.
I don't. I don't want to take the game. Nah, I want it to stay the way it is and
Damn.
just kick it out.
I like entertainment. I'm here as a neutral, man.
No foul.
Ooh.
Come on, they've got to make it to half time.
Just hold the ball.
They've got to make it to half time.
You know, I barely get nervous watching Newcastle these days, but
This is the stage.
No, but because what it is obviously me us being in Champions League is not new, but it's been a while, innit? So I've seen the actual levels of Champions League. Like, you know, it's top quality players.
Yes,
and
Mbappe.
it's very unforgiving.
Oh my gosh!
Again,
This is your night.
chance.
This is your night.
Big chance.
So that's what I was saying. That cutback is always on. It's always on.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's the peppered you in the last kind of like 2-3 minutes, but if you can ride this regroup at half time, you just got to get over the line to be able to do that.
It'll be so important.
Stay concentrated and switched on.
Yes, Miley, watch Mbappe. Watch Mbappe, somebody, please. Watch him.
You don't want to see him get
And then-
drawn out and him left
And then
open.
Dembele, and Skriniar,
Oh,
No.
Great movement.
and cut back.
It's like mad silent.
Oh,
The concentration
2
in here
foot.
is wild. And it's out, and that will take us to half time.
Half time.
That is half time. Diallo says, Fuad, please spill the beans on Ben White exclusion. It's to you.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. Is Ben White excluded?
I've no idea. That was a super chat.
He didn't start.
Sorry, Giallo. I have no clue what you're talking about, my friend. Please elaborate further.
Yeah, if we can have some more elaborations and if we can get some likes up as well, because it is
Smash
half
it.
time.
Yes.
And scores are Paris 0, Newcastle 1. Absolutely huge. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all the other games that are going on tonight. It is 1-1 Milan Dortmund. It's looking very good for Newcastle. It could be the perfect night if scores stay this way. Feyenoord are 1-0 down to Atletico. PSG, of course, are 1-0 down as well to Newcastle. Barcelona 1, Porto 1. Young Boys are 2-0 up. And Man City are losing 2-0 at home to Leipzig, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyone that is watching that game, let us know what was actually going on in it, because obviously we haven't got that one on. But it's interesting, very interesting to see that. Just looking at it, shots on target too, end up 2 goals for Leipzig as well. About that in the minute, that they're still top.
Yeah,
They're still top of the group.
Yeah,
and it will go into that last game, won't it, to see if they can finish top.
Listen, even if City don't finish top, it's not a problem for them. It's a problem for other people.
It's not a problem. It's definitely not a problem for them. What have you made of that half, Ferd?
Listen, I've actually quite enjoyed it. I think both teams have kind of given reasons for their fans to kind of have faith in the second half of it. Like PSG, I think, have shown fair enough chances, a bit of creativity. Yeah. They haven't looked as kind of docile, if you like, as the first game. I feel like this game they've shown a bit more juice about him. I think Mbappe, if he gets involved a lot more, he was very quiet in the first half. That's the killer, if you really like. But I think Dembele's been very busy. Kang's been very good. Newcastle on the other end, I feel like you guys have defended well as well, and then taken moments where it's not been there. There's nothing there, and you're kind of pressing them, and Almiron's winning something, Livermento's winning something. So you kind of have to make your luck in these types of games. So I think both teams are playing well, and PSG will kind of hope they can come out second half and really, as Chris said, get 1 or 2 goals really quickly, because I think they are capable of it. They do have the quality. I think if Ramos comes on as well, he can give another bit of fresh legs, if you like, that maybe they're not used to, but we'll see. Second half shoot is definitely set for an interesting one.
I think also with the bench, that's going to be a big
100%.
impact for the second half. When we look at the Newcastle bench, it's extremely light, and that is because of the injuries you've got. You know, Chris, your bench is particularly
Let me
strong
just
as
read out
usual.
Newcastle's bench, actually.
Yeah, let's compare the two.
You know you're
keepers in
already
there.
in trouble when you have 2 goalkeepers on the bench.
We had 3 at Chelsea, I believe.
Like us, yeah. Dubravka, Karius, Paul Dummett, James Huntley, Lewis Hall, Michael Dewaney, Ben Parkinson.
Yeah.
Light.
I mean,
I think
who do you think could come on and make a change, Sheila? Because as you said, I think it might be this team is actually going to play till
I
the
had
80th
no idea
minute.
Paul Dummett was still there.
Yeah, you got to have the academy
That's
mascot.
mad.
You know,
I didn't know
one of our
Christian
own.
so. To answer that question, I think what we could do is Livramento can go forward, and then we can bring in Lewis Hall in.
Yeah,
Lewis
Lewis
Hall-
Hall is actually naturally a midfielder in Chelsea's academy.
Exactly.
as well,
So
yeah,
and also, and that's what I was going to say now. Lewis Hall can play in the middle, but he did that role against Man City and he got dragged off.
Yeah.
And I've not seen a lot of him in terms of what I thought he would give us at left back. So I wouldn't throw him back in centre mid. So I'd say that. Who else was there?
James Huntley, Michael
Dummett.
Midwiney.
Paul Dummett, no, because he's just there for numbers. But if we get an injury to our defence, then fine. When he came on against Chelsea, I think Ben Parkinson came on as well against Chelsea. I think he's a centre back. I'm not sure, but there's not many options, and that's I feel like PSG's hope, or they can take pride in the fact that in the last half an hour when we get tired, they can bring on subs that can cause us problems. Because
let me just go through there. So it's they got Tenas, Mukiele, Carlos Soler, Vitinha, Gonzalo Ramos, Marcos Asensio, and Bradley Barcola.
So you got some game changers on the bench.
Yeah.
Offensively, we loaded. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I say to you in the beginning, cause I watch a lot Premier League. Like all of your players, like key player, are injured, so you're not in your best way. Like Callum Wilson could bring something. Those type of games, you got many player could bring something. So that's why, like I say, it's 90 minutes. And that's why I feel more like Marcos Asensio, I ain't believe is going to come because he come from a long injury. We still have Ramos. This is the young, like Barcola. Like, he still have some Carlos Soler can still do some. We have a lot of player in the bench like can change the game and bring some to the game.
Of course.
So, like we all said, the game's still really open, and I still believe in PSG.
Definitely going to be interesting. So who do you think comes on then for you? What's the usual change that he makes?
Am I going to bring, it depends if we're still losing, am I going to bring Soler, and he's definitely going to bring Ramos. Like, for sure.
What do you think is going to happen in the second half?
Oh, me, I see like we score at least 2 goals.
So what? 2-1 win, yeah?
Huh?
A win, 2-1 win.
Yeah, at least.
I'm not even going to say
'Cause it's
that's
just
gonna
about
happen.
momentum.
It's possible, isn't it? Yeah.
If we score once, I'm pretty sure we're gonna win. It's just about momentum.
Because now it really becomes a back to the wall job, I feel like, for Newcastle as well, because it's pretty much the same lineup that was playing on the weekend as well.
And it's going to be the same team that plays it on Saturday.
On the Saturday,
So you're really
that's what I say.
pushing these
The
players
legs is gonna be different because the
Yeah.
fatigue, like for your team, like, and you did a huge game against Chelsea, like. Chelsea wasn't that good, to be honest. Like from
But
their score,
it's
it was
still Chelsea, innit?
no, but it was a free kick, so it was different. Sterling scored like on a free kick, it was cool. But in terms of games, like we can see like the difference of intensity and like the way we were more attacking, more dangerous. Because I watched also the game, so yeah.
I think this is to show you how good of a job Eddie Howe's doing, because we keep getting results. Like even after the Dortmund defeat away, I keep talking about those 2 Dortmund games, because those 2 games, like, it really gave me, like, it really humbled me in a way. Because after we beat 4-0 PSG, I was talking, I was a bit excited, and I was like, oh, you know what, we're guaranteed to qualify. So losing 2-0, 2 games to Dortmund, that for us was like, we were tired. And then we had Wolves in the league, we drew 2-2, we were leggy. And then Bournemouth, we lost 2-0. So for us to even be in this position to be winning against PSG after beating Chelsea 4-1, knowing that we've got a tough game in the weekend, it's a madness what Eddie Howe is doing with these players, and he's getting the maximum out of every single player. Every single player that comes onto the pitch, even like for example Miley, for example, now he's 17 years old. Eddie Howe's getting the maximum out of him and everyone. So I hope this continues and we pull through, and you know our players come back quicker. But yeah, it just shows you like the work he's doing is unbelievable.
That was a really good save, actually. They just showed it again from Nick Pope. Keep out Mbappe. It was really, really good. Diallo, who sent in the super chat, was talking about England duty. Why Ben White is not in the England setup.
Who?
Oh,
Ben White.
politics, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Completely.
Ben White.
Yeah.
Politics. Did you know what it is?
What's politics,
I just remembered actually. He watches FCM, and I remember Cams was saying basically after the show he's gonna tell the boys because Cam had inside information.
Inside info.
Yeah, I wasn't there on the pod, so I wasn't privy to what Cam said. but-
Sorry, if you see Ben White on a team, who's gonna go out? I don't.
Yeah, for right back it don't make sense. but-
Because right back, it don't make sense, and even
Defensively.
this is central back.
yeah,
Woo.
I mean Harry Maguire.
But even Harry Maguire play good right now.
You have to just
And respectfully, he got way more experience. And like, okay, he had a dance fall, but then he came back. So Stones, nah.
no.
No,
What are you
he's
gonna
not
say?
replacing
Even
Stones.
Gay is better as central back.
But it's more about obviously him being a part of the squad, isn't it? As opposed to other people. But to me, like you're saying,
Tomori, you wanna?
I would have him starting anyways. If Stones is injured, he starts for me.
So that's what I'm saying. I love, like, when I watch the Premier League, the team I prefer a soft spot for Arsenal. So that's why. So yeah, but now, like England, like you have so many talents, so many players, like it's unbelievable. It's like people like to say France, we have like so many players, but you loaded every single position,
crazy.
Yeah, England
every
should be favourites for the
every
next
single
tournament,
position.
for sure.
Yeah, this topic of England, it rattles me more than Newcastle because obviously with Newcastle, it's like I've never had the feeling of like we must win something, you know. But with England,
Are you here?
with the squad that they have now, because obviously back in the days, obviously they still had players, but other teams had players too. Like Brazil, Holland had players, Germany had players.
Back in the day was different because you had players, but they were all playing the same style. Like you all have like kind of like the same type of player. For example, the only dribbling like winger was Joe Cole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So all of your players was kind of like the same style.
But
you
even
have
then, though, but even then, like
but you didn't know who to choose because everybody was the same. You got Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham, all kind of play kind of like the same space on a pitch.
but that team was still good enough to win something. But however, why I believe that didn't happen is because the other nations were excellent too. There was
of
Germany, Brazil, even Holland, Spain, Argentina. But now it's not quite the same. I feel like England and France are the only two nations that's kept that level of producing quality. And for me, it's so simple. Like, you know, the formula for England to win. Let Rice do his job by himself. Just let him do that number 4 dog by himself. Put Foden in the 8 with Jude Bellingham. And then have Saka, Kane.
So you Rice, Bellingham, Foden.
Bro, you have because why are you defending? You've got the best players, so teams are going to sit back against you.
But you just say France can say the same.
Yeah, but-
Brazil can say the same. Germany
No, but
can
Euros,
say
I'm
the
saying
same.
Euros it's only just France. France is for me the only team that
Germany can say the same.
Germany are losing to Austria. They've lost. They lost again as well to. They're all for them, man.
Yeah, right now they play bad. Like they even tried to put Havertz left wing.
back. Yeah, so they're all for.
I watch it.
England's team right now is crazy. Like the amount of players that's there at Southgate's disposal. But that topic in itself rattles me because it's so simple. But Southgate is obviously he's doing what he wants to do because he can. But for me, if he actually wants to win this Euros, like he will just play the team that lets them attack and lets them play football and not because I watch England. They're boring to watch. Even with these guys, they're still boring to watch. They're shocking.
Really boring last week.
You know, put Foden in there with Jude, Saka. You got Kane, Walker right back. You got John Stones. Come on, man. It's not hard, but.
Well, we'll have to see what he does.
Do you play Rashford?
Again, it could be him or Sterling, but me
Sterling doesn't-
personally,
Sterling didn't get a call.
Squad.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying.
Sterling should make the
It
squad.
make no sense. Sterling was
problem.
always like, even right now Chelsea's like down. Okay, cool, but still great player, and like you keep have Jordan Henderson, Maguire, even Calvin Phillips. Those players doesn't play. He plays and he's good, and you don't call him back. And he score more than Rashford, more than most of the wingers you
makes
call.
no sense.
So it make really no sense.
It's a conversation we have every international break. Is it? Every international
I
break.
understood like the first time he dropped him, he was like poor on a form, hadn't really settled in. But after that, it was like okay, now he's
Just weird.
He's better than some of the other guys that are in the team now.
Most of them. The only one is Saka better, but they don't even play in the same position.
Yeah.
I dare Southgate not to win his Euros, honestly, bro. Like, I mean, not that I'm going to do something.
Win, lose or draw, he needs to walk up.
Like, the guy has to, because, bro, like the players he has is this. But I keep saying it, bro. But he's got Harry Kane. He's one of the, if not the best striker in the world.
Number 9, only 2 player. Number 9, only 2 player are the conversation.
Exactly, yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
And for me,
but
respectfully, Haaland is score more. But for me, right now, it's Kane. That's the only number 9 can do anything.
Yeah.
And then Saka, who's there, who's balling out. Obviously, he's not been on form recently, but he's balling out. And then you got Foden, who's won the trouble with Man City. You got Bellingham in there.
Do we need to say more?
You got Declan Rice in there
Yeah.
from Arsenal. You got Kyle Walker, who's probably the best right back in the world. You got John Stones in there. So it's like there's 8 players there that probably in the position in the world, they're probably top 5 or top 3.
So man for man, then, who's got the better team? France or
No,
England?
France.
France.
I think France have.
They're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but the difference between France and
this. Yeah, go
Yeah.
on.
is experience.
Exactly.
First of all,
It's
so
mentality.
mentality and experience. So
Yeah.
you can, for example, Saka is bowling, yeah. But I'm sorry, when you see, for example, at the same because he play in the right wing, yeah. Coman,
Yeah,
or
of course, yeah.
Dembele. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mbappe, you don't have an Mbappe. Giroud is really clever.
Yeah.
So even right now, we always say it's to order. He always does something.
Yeah.
In the midfield, Rabiot.
Griezmann.
I don't know if you watch Serie A, but Rabiot is unbelievable.
He's having a good season.
Griezmann right now. I'm telling you right now, if you
Ballon
watch,
d'Or contender.
not even if you speak form right now, is one of the best player right now, top 3 player in every league. Only Jude Bellingham and Kane can speak with him right now.
Yeah.
He play every game, he score or did an assist. So I'm sorry, but even in terms of defender, we have better defender.
Yeah.
Like we have better defender in every position. The only position is way better is no comparison is right back. Because for me, Kyle Walker is the best in the world.
So who's above John Stones then?
John Stone.
Yeah.
I prefer Konate than John Stones.
No.
I prefer even Konate than John Stones.
Personally, I think John Stones' only issue is fitness.
Even Saliba is on the bench, but even Saliba, those two I prefer like than John Stones. Like, what? In Harry Maguire, I think I don't need to say anything.
Yeah, of course.
We good?
Yeah, but
So,
Upamecano. We've got so much.
Upamecano, Saliba, Konate, Disasi, but he's kind of young. We got a lot, but defensively, I'm sorry, I'm really, even the goalkeeper, Mark Minion is better than Nick Pope or Pickford for me.
I agree with it anyways. Like France have the experience and because they're winners, and the manager also is the difference. He's a winner. He won as a player.
He won as a
World
player.
Cup and Euros, and he's won as a manager. So that's why I say France have the edge personally.
Okay, well, we are about to get the second half underway. I can't wait for the Euros. Very excited. But it is still 1-0 to Newcastle. Paris trailing at home. What can they do in the second half? Diallo, again in Super Chat, says Dembele is all noise. Saka is clear of him. Do you think so?
What?
Saka or Dembele?
Currently, I will take Saka.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think, like if you speak about like talent, I think Dembele is better, but right, I'm sorry, Saka provide more assists, more goals. He's more consistent right now, so yeah, right now I gotta say Saka.
Mental.
I gotta be fair.
Do you guys agree with that as well? Or?
Yeah, I think Saka for me, just because he's doing it, I think on a consistent basis.
'Cause, yeah, but
You're in, Kiliman, you're in. Go on.
Gone. Give back.
Nah, that's great defending from Danny. I can't lie.
Just a shot at least, man. Great that. Shot the keeper at least. But again, that's encouraging that we're going through it.
Oh
so early
my
on.
God.
They've got to make these.
PSG need to
they've
come
got
out
make
of the
this count,
second
though.
half.
It's coming.
This is what we can't
Guns
do.
bleeding. I can't lie.
Yeah, like fired up.
Here we
You know,
go.
This is
Here
what
we
we
go.
need from PSG.
No, you don't need this from PSG.
Okay, not me as an individual, but for Chris, this is what we want to see. We want to fire up PSG. Not for me.
I like the support. Thank you.
I am actually backing Newcastle tonight, but I feel like Fuad's kind of on your side.
I'm whoever's scoring goals.
Have you got a game week that week that you play us?
I don't even know, to be fair.
I need to do some digging.
All I know is that we've got some nasty fixtures coming up. And
Does he touch his feet?
Chelsea,
He didn't even touch
was the start of it, and then this was the start of it again. So I'm not sure when we play AC Milan.
Hold on. Bear with me. I need to do some digging here. Oh no, it's the week after.
Yeah, you just
Week
took
after.
too long to get it
just
there.
just shot the
Should've
keeper.
just got a snapshot.
Yeah,
At least
snapshot,
get it
yeah.
on target.
You've got a tough few
Crazy.
fixtures. Yeah, so you started the week off with the
Chelsea,
great
and then this
win,
one.
4-1. Of course, PSG tonight. Then you're
United.
at home to United on Saturday. God, it's December on Saturday.
Goodison away.
Goodison away,
Everton,
tough.
and then Spurs.
Then you come to Spurs, and then you have that game with Milan.
my God.
Before rounding off a nice little Christmas for you, despite the Chelsea quarterfinal.
Yeah, so it's a tough run. We had a tough run before the break as well. We managed to pull through, losing against Bournemouth, but that was going to happen because of our squad injuries. But we're back again, and with the team that we have, the players that we have, this same 11 is going to start again. Hopefully, there's no injuries, and we still keep putting up surprises. And I've come to accept never doubt Newcastle, because even when we won in the League Cup at Old Trafford, right, I think it was 3-0, I said back then, you know what, I don't mind us going out because it would mean less games for us, but they shocked me as well. So this team, we always surprise everyone. So if we were to get a win here, that for me it wouldn't shock me too much, because we've been doing it all season.
Diallo, who sent in that super chat, I think he misheard, because he thought you said you would pick Dembele. No, you said Saka.
Current form now.
Saka.
I take Saka, but
yeah, I think
overall
he's
for
arguing
me,
with
Dembele is
himself.
better.
But yeah, Chris did in fact say Saka. Well, you guys also said
Saka, yeah.
Everybody says Saka.
Absolutely said Saka. There's been some really interesting things just away from this game slightly that have gone on kind of this week. There's a new law proposal about sin bins.
Yeah.
In rugby, you have the sin bin and orange cards and things like that. So there is this big conversation that it might be introduced in football. I don't know how I feel about that personally in terms of a sin bin, because I guess it would be for dissent and things like that.
That's correct. Yeah. Yes.
Do you think it can work the same way that it works in rugby for football?
I think it has pros and cons. I think the pros, of course, is you can almost negate how many red cards you give out by, using sin bins more. So you kind of keep games more 11v11. But the negative for me is you remove you're removing more responsibility away from referees.
You might as well just have AI.
I just feel like at this point, what is the point? The guy in the middle is basically just a bit of decoration for the game, isn't he? Because we've got VAR making decisions, we've got sin bins were now getting involved, so it's like he doesn't really have to give a yellow or red. It's I'll send this to the sin bin for 10 minutes, and it's like, then also what kind of effect does that have on games? And if people feel like someone got sent to the sin bin and the team scored in that 10-minute period, but they felt that sin bin was done
unfair
incorrectly, but now we've already gone a goal down, it opens up a whole new can of worms.
I think with that, like you just say, at the moment we are constantly debating whether or not VAR is correct in its decisions. I mean, I don't know if anyone watched the game last night, the Fulham Wolves game, but for me, the second penalty was absolutely not a penalty in my eyes. I thought, if anything, it was extremely soft if they've given that.
Yeah.
And of course, they've come out and said to Gary O'Neill that it probably shouldn't have been a penalty. I didn't see the second one, but I think you mentioned that it shouldn't have been either.
Yeah. So I feel like for me, the issue for me with VAR isn't VAR itself, is the people that's using it. VAR is there to help the game. We've seen VAR make correct calls, but I just feel like it's the people that's trying to implement the system that's making VAR look bad. Do you get me? That the system actually is helping the referees' lives easier, but they're still messing it up. So this sin bin idea, like Fuad was saying, is just like trying to deflect from the refs, and I just feel like I feel like any new thing now you're trying to introduce, you're risking opening a can of worms, because now there's going to be questions of, if something was to happen, oh, is that really a orange card or whatever? Just make a decision. Is it a red or is it a booking? And
voila,
just make the right call.
Voila.
Don't add all these things now to add
making
formulas.
it more grey, isn't it?
Yeah.
When we have so much grey in it already.
Facts.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all you're doing now is you've got the black and white with the yellow card, the red card, or no decision.
And VAR is very grey.
VAR has already made it a grey area, and now it's like we're just increasing that grey area more to just not get any more solutions. And my thing is if we're going to introduce new laws into the game, it should be to make the game better. It shouldn't be for there to be more questions. And I know something like this, I can't see the overwhelming positive that comes from it, aside from, I'm not sure if that was really a red card challenge. You know, Jota versus Spurs.
Yeah, Jota against
So
Spurs.
you're kind of thinking, he's on a second yellow, but he doesn't deserve it because the first one was kind of soft. Do I give him a sin bin? That one I kind of maybe get it in that kind of circumstance. But aside from the odd situation you get like that, don't make sense.
No, and also, when we can't
Not there.
actually get VAR right currently. We've still got so many
Refine that,
issues
man.
with that. What's the point of bringing in another thing to just muddy the waters? And there is talk about a VAR extension as well. This is potentially seeing VAR cover corners, second yellow cards, and free kicks. I mean, this is just such a ludicrous discussion, because we can't even get the basics of VAR right. So why would we add more to the mixture?
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Would you want these extra things? Yellow, orange cards, VAR extensions?
I think for me, we in generation, we lean towards like always being soft. I mean, in the sense like, we don't really blame someone if he's bad, or you know what I'm saying? So you're always trying to always be great, but sometimes it is what it is. Yellow is yellow, red is red.
Facts.
And as far as I'm concerned, we're human beings, so it's never going to be perfect.
Facts.
And
So
I think
if
that's
you
what we
add-
should just get rid of VAR and go back to just being human beings.
You know what I'm saying? You can the VAR is
don't
too
know.
late for me. So the only thing technologically I love is online technology. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that
That's
I ain't got none to say about it. And even if one day it doesn't work, I will not complain about it. But the VR, I got it, but it's still a human being watching something.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
this
still interpretation.
Yeah.
So it's still subjective. So for me, if you add me yellow, orange, red, it's still the same story. So in terms of like, we need to accept sometimes it's going to be wrong. And that's not going to entertain me if my players are out for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It makes way no sense. And people will always forget something. The culture. The football is a culture. It brings something. It's like, it got history. Don't change too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you lose people.
And I'm all for like modernizing it and getting technology more involved. But as you're saying, if you're going to use the technology, make it for something that's going to be definitive, not something that's going to be subjective. And there's always going to be subjective parts to the game, but let's not, muddy the waters even more type of thing. I think offsides becoming automated for me is one step that VAR could immediately improve, because we saw it was, I think, at the World Cup, where with the automated, boom, decision made, camera cuts, you see the little 3D graphic, voila, we're done.
And that's the thing. Why do we not just implement all of that? Why do we feel that we have to pick and choose the things when we can see we're clearly drowning here with issues with VAR?
Yeah.
It's something we speak about every single game, every single week. City have also pulled one back. I think you guys are slightly ahead of us at home, but they are. They pulled one back. It is 2-1 to Man City. But we speak about this all the time, and they just can't seem to get it right. So why add more things? And you're absolutely right, Chris. It's still a guy sitting in a booth making that decision. Just let the referee do it.
I think for me the key thing here is accountability, right? And the referees, they're trying to push that away from them.
That's not a referee. That's our generation. We don't like accountability. Oh my God!
Achilles! Missed the bicycle kick. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you see more and more are willing, and our generation lean like towards like less accountability. So that's why it gets like that. And we forget like sport is a product of society. So that's why we try to bring that into sport, but it make no sense sometimes, because that's not the story in the culture of the sport. You know what I'm saying?
it just shows you how much pressure that they're under, that they're trying to find different ways to, again, deflect accountability from the people who should be making these calls. But I mean, if they do that, then I just feel, like I said, they're opening a kind of worms which I believe they're not ready for.
For me, it make no sense because people forget before, like, to be able to walk, you crawl, and before to crawl, you fall down. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
But do you think the game was better before VAR?
No.
You don't?
No.
Before
I'll be real with you.
Before VAR, it wasn't better, but at the end of the day, you couldn't even say anything to the referee.
No,
for example,
you know why? Because we'd use camera TVs then. We would use use the pauses, the stills from the cameras. I remember.
There wasn't showing it like in the stadium.
Yeah,
second of all, you see it at home. So that's why I will give you something. Do you remember Colina, the referee?
Pierluigi.
Yeah. We don't have that no more. Why? Because we step away for the accountability of the referee. So that's why you had strong statue back in the day.
But now, who is to be held to account? Because you've got the referee on the pitch making a decision, then you've got the people in the VAR making the decision. So then it still falls back onto the referee, and it falls back onto VAR.
That's what I'm saying. So you you just say it, you go like, oh, that.
But then you can't criticize him.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be me, it's him. But him say no, it's not me, it's him.
I think it's outrageous. I think that I was very much for VAR. I think at the start, and we'd obviously had some nice moments with it, City away, things like that, where you can see that it can work in your favour. And I think if it is implemented properly, like we see in major tournaments, I'm all for it. But because we pick and choose. What parts of VAR that we want in the Premier League in our game in particular, I don't think it's right. And I think that VAR was brought into...
Oh my God, Anthony Gordon, wide through here.
No way.
He's not got it under control. Ousmane Dembele just picked up a silly yellow card as well, kicking the ball away.
Silly one.
Did Livramento look injured there? He seemed like he was hobbling.
I think we've got this tactic of obviously trying to waste time. So I feel like we started doing it already. So
okay.
They're less dangerous offensively, but I ain't gonna lie, they just waste time. Yeah,
that's a crazy time to start wasting time,
bro. Because
this is too early, bro.
But it says some experience. Sometimes when you hang out the experience, you're like, okay, I just want to play safe.
And doing that, this is what got us top 4 as well. Like I think it was Ten Hag. He tried to call it out last season that Newcastle waste time, but this is what we have to do. We've got to sometimes play dirty because. We want to protect our lead, and I keep saying it, but PSG are not offering anything too scary for us to be worried about. So we just got to manage the game properly. Don't make it too much of an open game.
Anthony Gordon, Skriniar alive.
I don't believe you touch him.
It's a free kick. So
again, it's a free kick, but I don't believe you actually touch him.
These are moments that we're creating for ourselves, and I'm just so glad that we've learned our lessons from the Dortmund games because. We're showing experience here. We're showing,
he's left his foot in
there. Yeah, left his foot. Yeah, no, he's smart. He's smart.
He's left his. You know what?
Dortmund have scored.
Take your hat out to him. Yes,
do what you gotta do.
Have scored. It is Milan 1, Dortmund 2. So not the ideal outcome, but again, so far you're winning, and who knows what happened in that game. PSG are making some changes, aren't they? Well, it looked like they were. They're about to.
Yeah, I wish. Like, I need like some fresh leg. I need something.
That is a lovely Dortmund goal, by the way. The build up to that. Oof.
Isn't that the
Bino Gittins?
English boy? Yeah.
Yeah, the English boy.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But it reminds me Callum Hudson-Odoi, so I don't really know it.
Who's the other English kid at Juve? Samuel Illing Jr. as well.
Samuel Illing Jr.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Few English boys out there in Europe nowadays.
It's good, man.
Need more of that, to be fair.
100%, because that's how you learn different cultures, firstly, and also different ways of playing football.
Yeah.
That's why I say with Harry Kane going to Bayern Munich, it's shown a different side to his game.
Even like having Jude Bellingham at Madrid, fantastic.
That's elite, man.
Also, you forget Jadon Sancho, who was at Dortmund.
Exactly.
It's who? Sancho.
We forgot that guy, man.
It's bad about Sancho.
Dortmund, look, blossoming without him. United blossoming without him. England blossoming without him. South London blossoming without him. I joke.
What's your beef with him?
Oh, I like that. Ugarte, yes.
Vitinha is
He's
on,
damn right.
Ugarte is
And you
off.
put it back, yes.
Also now,
Yeah, and you put Riz, number 6.
right?
Yeah, because he used to play that. But this one,
Barcola.
it make no sense to me.
Okay, Bradley
Barcola for Colo one.
Barcola,
It means
yeah.
Kylian Mbappe is probably
Nine.
playing for the middle now.
Number 9 now.
Which for me is what I want, because he's scarier out wide, and in the 9 I've seen him get eaten up by De Ligt and Upamecano get by a minute last season. So I think in that position he doesn't scare
So
me.
who's
but
going to be the sitter for PSG? Just quickly,
What?
is it going to be Vitinha in the middle?
No, Riz, number 6, Vitinha in the left,
okay.
and
Fabian, yeah.
Kanginli in the right.
Okay, let's see what they can do. 62 minutes gone. It's still Newcastle 1-0 up against PSG. It is 2-1 Dortmund away at Milan. Big night in the group of death. Really
It is, man.
is.
It is, but I'm just glad that, like I say, that we're competing and we're in this position anyways.
Then we just need 1 goal.
Yeah, I know,
Oh.
I know, bro. Trust
Are you
me.
saying the floodgates will open?
I mean, not open, but obviously
But it's going to be different.
It's a different game. If we were to score,
Oh,
Miley, my boy, bro.
oh, they're calling for handball.
He's tired. Look at him.
No,
He's
you cannot give it. No, you cannot. No.
I'm
It's not
surprised he's not
No.
good.
Sorry.
Let's just have a look at the super chats that we've got. Diallo said Dembele is all noise. Saka is clear of him. Come on, we've said Saka is clear. We said it. We said it multiple times. Matt Carney says, which is best to have? Strong, aggressive players that sadly can see a fair few red cards, or more timid, less imposing players who see fewer red
first.
cards? The first all
the
day
first.
long.
But the first with some balance, of course.
Yes.
No, give me no balance, just the first.
No, because then
11 of those.
yeah, but then
I want 11 killers on the pitch. I'm joking.
You want 11 Romero. 11
liabilities. You get me? Liabilities.
11.
You gotta have.
Listen, I'd
that
rather
about
players
you.
who I have to calm down
Then
than ones I
you
have to fire up.
Yeah,
That
agreed.
is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
Did you ring Barcola?
Just bring it down.
You
That's
want
it.
some
Bring it
bottle
down.
and
Bring
fire.
it down.
Yeah.
Woodsy said, I was clutching at straws there. Do Newcastle play on our game week? I was. I'm looking for anything that can help our own little crisis out. We're going to be playing the kids at that point.
This is perfect.
So, yep, unfortunately. AK
Oh my God, what was that? Lucas Hernandez.
It's a shot, man.
Oof, oof, oof.
It's a shot. I take it.
Sloppy mistakes like that will be costly, man. Too quickly, just took that. Didn't get over it enough.
Hridoy said, Alvarez and Doku have changed the whole game for Manchester City. They still trail, but they are back in the game.
That boy Doku, man.
Doku is crazy.
Spooky.
Has he been better than you could have anticipated he would have been?
Yes, way better.
I thought.
I'd be
I don't
real
know
with
if
you, I
people
thought-
watch him week in, week out in France, but trust me, it's way better. It's good, but now it's way better. I don't know what happened. I'm not in the training camp. I don't know what
Yeah.
Guardiola say to these years, but
I'm not surprised in terms of I knew his ability was there. Last season I watched Ren quite a bit, but the thing is he was inconsistent.
that's what I'm saying. The last touch, like the pass or
and
the
that
shot,
was the thing.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't expect to score and assist like that.
The question I have for him now is, can he do it over a whole season? Or is this just like a nice, good start and then maybe it dries up? Because one thing I'm noticing, even myself, is every time he gets the ball, he does the shimmy, and then you know
that's
he's
him.
going to go
No,
right.
that's him.
His plan is to move right always. So at some point, defenders are going to double up. Defenders are going to realize, okay, this guy just wants to go in his right. What do you do then? So I hope he learns. Yes. Oh my God.
Gosh. Wow. Nick Pope. Unreal.
That is a big save.
He's made some big saves
Big
tonight.
save.
I thought that was it.
Me too.
Bro!
that was it, man.
Should have been 1-1 right there. Bradley Barcola, how did you miss
Oh,
You see,
goodness.
Mbappe, you didn't see him all game. Just one touch.
This is the part where
that?
it gets uncomfortable for me now. Because it's
Okay.
You know when like something's so close, and then there's a chance of it just being snatched away from you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just.
Well, I'm for
just stay
PSG.
calm.
I'm used to that.
Yeah.
Okay, another
Here we go.
corner in.
Joelinton gets it out.
Yep. They got to try and push out Newcastle.
Yes,
Trying to
well
get the
done,
ball
well
back.
That's a foul, ref. Come on.
No, don't lie.
But big save there
Big
from
save
from
Nick
Nick
Pope.
Pope.
But big save, but also poor finish. And we've seen it a lot from PSG, like doing that. You know, they've had chances to score, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just not taking the chances. You know, they're,
No,
they're
you're
rushing their finishes. But I'll take it all day. To be fair, I'll take it.
I really think you're going to do this.
Do you know what? I hope we do, because that says 7 points. That's crazy for us to be 7 points, and then if we win against AC.
Oh, Mbappe!
Mbappe's on.
I told you he's too young, my guy. That's Barcola, bro.
Barcola.
How old is he?
My twin.
19, maximum 20.
He looked good at Leon last year.
How
though, I can't lie.
how
He looked very good at Leon.
Ikitike, what's his name?
Ekitike, he was never going to be the one, man.
Is he still at PSG though, isn't he?
Yeah. He gave
You're just
orange.
like
Sometimes
confused.
you can see him on the bench. He gives some orange juice and like Howe, and he's still there.
Oh, that's a poor finish.
Nah, Kylian second half has said, I'm here now, I'm here. And what boots is Mbappe wearing, by the way?
Nike Mercurial Red.
I ain't seen him on
The Trent ones were cold the other day.
The White Predators.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, yeah, man.
They
What a
were
way
mad.
to announce
Oh,
that
The
you're moving to
marketing.
Adidas. Yeah.
The
Genius.
marketing on it, ridiculous.
Genius.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad.
I don't know whether they CGI'd his face onto that little kid or whether that was an actual
Actually
little kid
him.
that looked like him, but brilliant advert.
Seriously good. Cole Palmer is another one that has obviously come up lately as being a great player, but I feel like Anthony Gordon, there is a lot of credit that needs to.
Foul. That's a penalty.
Yo!
Whoa!
You see?
Yo!
You silent, yeah?
VAR!
Please, VR.
Have a
Is
look.
it?
Have
that one,
look
mate.
at that.
Oi, nah, I think that might have
Wow.
been a pen, you know. That one looked very
You don't say what? Because he knows.
He knew that's a pen.
No,
Come on.
you know
Right,
it's a
now
penalty.
they're checking.
I know you know. Don't lie to me. You know. You see?
Right,
He
they're
didn't even touch the
checking.
ball. It was behind him.
Coming, man.
They're
He
checking.
didn't look like he touched the ball there.
Oh, I feel for you.
Yeah, bro. Just give it to us for that.
Possible check going on.
We need to see a replay ASAP. Oh, it's not
No penalty.
No pen.
It's
Wow.
not a pen.
Give us a replay.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to
Is he,
replay.
is he
please.
dived? What's happened?
Let's have a look. Hakimi, Anthony
it.
Gordon.
What? But
Hey.
it's penalty.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
What part of the ball did Anthony Gordon get? I see leg coming over and I
Yeah.
see arm across the
No,
back.
but what part of the man did he get as well? Not much.
He touched his leg, left leg.
I need to
Soft,
see
man.
this
No,
again.
I know you gotta say that, but be honest.
No.
Okay.
Seriously. I mean, it is kind of soft because
It is a soft one.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
a
a soft one.
Yeah. So I mean, cool.
Because I'm also seeing when they show
cool.
the back, you can see he doesn't even push him with the hand. So
Yeah.
It's light and he's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's light. It's light.
That we're looking
Okay.
for that to be.
that's
Not
good.
a
ref.
pen.
See, VAR good use right there.
Yeah, don't
Can we
like
can we
that.
acknowledge that? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like VAR, if VAR is good, like it makes some good choices. But for me, it's just the people that's using VAR.
If
that's
it
the
was
problem.
implemented in that exact same way that it is,
Oh damn!
then
I think
every week in the Premier League,
Yeah.
I'd have no issue.
Exactly.
But it's not.
3-1 in the Dortmund AC Milan game, by the way. Adeyemi's just scored.
Yes.
Which-
But again, that still puts Dortmund top, and it puts Newcastle second in the group if they manage to make it through. We're running a poll about the sin bin, as we spoke about earlier. No, 58%. Yes, 41%.
Those of you that voted yes, I would love to hear your reasons why.
What?
Tell us.
Or,
Send in your
or
super chats
what the possible kind of examples you think there
about
could be?
the sin bin. If we should have one,
Okay.
if we shouldn't have one.
41% is a lot, bro.
It is 2-2, by the way. Manchester City.
Oh!
Philip
Philogene!
Foden. Philip Foden.
I told you it's a 90-minute game, bro.
Yes, 90
Yeah, of course
minutes.
City were always gonna turn that round.
yeah, most definitely, they always would. Okay, 70 minutes on the clock. Just after. I want to know, who do we think is going to be in the semis and the finals of the Champions League?
Ooh,
We're looking ahead, obviously.
Manchester City.
Man City, Madrid.
You think City and Madrid?
Bayern Munich, I'd say. And
You know,
Newcastle.
you know what's funny? It's been years. We can say, "Oh, Madrid, no, I don't believe it."
No.
They always go final or
Oh
semi-final.
yeah, they're unbelievable.
No,
Or they won.
I think this year they don't though. I
We
actually
keep
don't
saying
think
that.
this year
We
they
keep
don't.
saying that.
Nah, because this year they're missing the number 9. The amount of injuries they have at
There's
the moment. as well.
handball. I swear.
And do you know what? As well, all the OGs that have been carrying them through all those years.
Yeah, but Valverde
No
take
more
the
left.
tour. No,
Benzema,
Valverde's.
Kroos, Modric. Kroos and Modric are on bench now.
Yeah, Valverde is coming. Valverde's coming. Chouamini is coming. Camavinga is coming.
But they're not there yet.
No, they're really close to be there.
You're right.
What?
But I think, funnily enough, Arsenal.
What?
Final?
Semi-final.
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 Semi-final, yeah.
Yeah, because
I've said
I
that
agree
since the
with you, to be
start
fair.
of the season.
Okay.
I've said, you look at the European, aside from the teams we mentioned, City, Madrid, Bayern, who else are really
Yeah.
favourites up there?
Who else is there?
And Arsenal, I'm sorry, last season they went toe-to-toe with City, right? This season they've got a bit more depth, right? They've got a tactically adaptable manager. They've shown they can get and grind results out. I know it doesn't sound good for us to hear.
No, you said
but-
semi-final. I'm cool with I'm cool with the semi-final.
Why do you gotta say about the handball?
We always starts there.
We don't say final.
I do think, yeah.
They
I
can
do
go
think
to a semi.
They can do a deep run, and that's why I've said to them, listen, even if the league doesn't go your way this year, it shouldn't be the be all and end all. And
Please.
Usman Dembele, that was a greatly timed run. Oh, and it's lovely Vitinha, edge of the box. Somebody, please.
Why?
Nobody. we want to see some entertainment, some goals.
No, we don't want to
some
see that.
action.
I
I want to see
we don't wanna
Newcastle's
see it.
character tested.
It's been tested already.
It has.
Oh, killy.
Oh my goodness. We're
What you got for me? What you got for
18
me?
minutes away. This time is going so slow. I've been here for ages, you know. I've been here for ages.
Time does go slow. Arsenal, I guess, are dark horses. Jim
Arsenal.
Fox in the chat says
Yeah,
it. Do you all
that's
think
crazy.
that Arsenal could make it to the semi-finals?
I think it depends on the fixtures and who
Who they draw.
Yeah, who they come up against and who. For example, if Real
Inter
Madrid face
Milan?
Man City.
Yeah,
in
you don't even
quarterfinal-
say Inter Milan.
No, maybe again if they get a nice draw. If the big boys get each other, then cool. You know, it's possible.
Okay.
But I mean, like Fuad was saying, who else is there apart from obviously the obvious Bayern, Real Madrid, and City? Who else is there that can actually say like we can go forward with this? And I believe Arsenal, seeing what they've done, what they've done last season in the Premier League, they have the best chance of it. But Arsenal away in Europe, I'm not too sure about. They
Arsenal.
can lose. You know, like Sporting Lisbon last season, was it last year?
Yeah.
That they
last year.
lost. So it's like they have that
But do you know
naivety
what?
in them.
Do you know what though?
But
Are they not this season at Liverpool? Some of the boys are actually saying on the FCM pod on the weekend as well. They're almost Liverpoolish in terms of they're not playing as exciting football. Do you remember Liverpool when they first came on the clock? It was rock and roll, as many goals as we can. Last year it was champagne, foof. Saka, you get some Odegaard, you get some Martinelli. Everybody's
all
getting
eat,
some.
yeah.
But this season it's like if you look at the goals scored, then in and around the same. Goals conceded, they're in and around the same.
Well, actually, it's less the goals that they're conceding this
so
year.
it's like
I think they
metrically
concede
they're
less goals.
Yeah.
all the same there, but stylistically they're not convincing us, if you like. And I was like, are they doing the Liverpool thing where they're a little bit more difficult to break down, but they're still just as dangerous?
I think that they're more mature this
Yeah.
year, Arsenal. I think it's great to have that exciting champagne football.
yeah.
But I think ultimately when you're going for a title, and they probably didn't have squad depth, and missing Saliba was a big miss for them as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the inexperience maybe and just the excitement of the whole situation kind of let them down towards the end of the season, kind of in that last couple months. So I think this year that's what they've learned from, and they are like City, and they're very, very similar in the way that they play and the way that
Give you two. Oh my God.
Just too much on the pass.
I don't want to jinx it for you. I don't want to say it, but so far everything tonight has gone in your favour. Everything tonight.
Just let's
I want it
go
to
through the
happen for you.
motions.
I want it to happen to you.
Let's go through the motions.
I want it to happen for you.
Because there's a lot of minutes here and a lot of seconds here. And it
Because
takes
right
only
now,
one second.
it's
mad.
been like at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You don't do nothing offensively.
Yeah, but of course though, because look, like this, like I said, this is the same team that play against Chelsea. So Eddie Howe has to manage them somehow.
That's what I say
There's
to
not many
you.
options to
The
come
leg's gonna be. Oh my God.
Massive blow for Leipzig, by the way. Xavi Simons looking like he's picked
see
up
that,
a
yeah.
big
Shoulder injury, yeah.
Is it a shoulder?
Yeah.
Yikes. Big talent.
But there is also that theory that Arsenal could get Bayern and then Harry Kane knocks them out. So yeah, who knows? I'm just saying who knows. I'm just saying.
Who do you think waits for them?
Who do you think-
We all have a master plan.
We're still keeping an eye on what's going on in this City game as well. Let's say Mbappe obviously does leave inevitably or eventually. Who would you like to see come in to PSG?
Right now, I would say Rafael Leao.
Ooh.
That's a nice
Just
shout.
signed a very big contract last year, though, so it will cost you 200 mil at least.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. to
but
me.
I think, what was it,
See-
7-year
like-
contract I think he signed, or 6 years, I think.
Madness.
I might say
Oh my
3-2,
God,
Man City.
3-2
I think Arsenal
Fabio
is
Carvalho offside.
Offside, guys.
Yeah.
offside.
yeah.
Oh my God, I almost forgot you existed, Fabio Carvalho. Liverpool boy.
So you'd go for Leao?
Yeah, if I gotta take like position from position, yeah, I'll take Leao.
I can give you a suggestion.
But I can also take from Feyenoord Jimenez,
No.
the number 9. Like
He's scoring good goals, but I don't think so.
no, but the thing is like you need to understand where at memes, even like if people might gonna like it, but I gotta keep it humble. PSG. They're not Madrid. They're not Barcelona.
No.
We're not Liverpool. We don't have this great history, so we need to have a player just between. We need to have a player between.
Son Heung-min?
No,
Nah, man.
no.
What are you offering suggestions
Guys,
for?
it's nice. I like him.
He's
but
31 as well.
It's just nice.
I'm just
and
saying, experience,
No.
goals,
No.
versatile.
No. It's
For you,
nice.
my friend, 100 million. Just for you. Special price.
You can't see it
Special
happening.
price.
Now, and if I take a number 9, I could say Isak, but I would never go like for Son.
I can't
It's
see
nice.
Sonny there.
Sonny, you know,
I can't see
being big
it.
bro to Kang.
We've defended so
You're
well.
cute.
there.
Maybe Can can teach him to be on side. Yeah,
They can both do the...
yeah. They can both try and stay on side as well. That would be nice. I can't believe it. We've got 10 minutes or so. No, just over 10 minutes of normal time to go. Newcastle are still
We still got a ball,
1-0
we still got a ball.
in front. What do you think of that suggestion then for Leao? Is that someone you would agree with to replace Kylian Mbappe if he leaves?
I'm not sure. I think if you look at who else is out there and who else could be available, it's a good shout because there's nobody else that comes to mind as to who would want to go to PSG. You know what? Like who would want to actually go to the French league and not saying it's a bad league, by the way. I'm just saying.
No, it makes sense.
But do you get me? Like I feel like you've got to be a certain type of player to go to PSG. And I feel like Leao, where is that? He's comfortable at AC Milan, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
he gonna
can
have
be that player
exactly
to
same. Yeah.
yeah. Like he's that sort of player to go there and to, let's say, if they base the game around him and make him the sort of superstar there, you know, I don't see why not. But you know, I'm sitting there thinking, who else is there for PSG to get? And
But we're gonna have back Xavi
Xavi Simons.
Simons. Like he's gonna come back too, so he's a nice add.
if I'm him, I'd leave PSG to be fair, because he's done well at PSV. He's doing well at Leipzig now. I feel like he can see that there's other options out there for him. Where
No, he
could be
needed to
successful.
prove himself. I remember when he came back, he came from like Barcelona, but
Yeah.
he wasn't playing like on the first team. That's
Yeah.
why people forget. You loan people because you want them to get experience. Now you get experience, he can play. They like Madrid did exactly the same with most of the player. Because people forget Carvajal like is a right back, yeah.
Leverkusen
But
for 2 years,
Yeah,
isn't
they did that for so many players, but
Yeah.
people forget that's what at a strong team you do. You have some nice young talent, but you Chelsea used to be the best at doing that.
Yeah.
Now they kind of lose like that.
Loan farm.
Yeah. So you just for me it makes sense.
It's mad how PSG had a 4 million buyback clause for him.
Yeah, man, I didn't like that, to
That's
be fair.
crazy.
When they sold him to PSG,
I love it.
I was
love
like,
it.
let him go there and become a man now.
No.
And you saw last year he
done his thing,
became
and then
a
4 million.
top player. And I was like, you cheapskates, what are you doing? But I guess that's what, you know, you put in those clauses for that reason.
Damn, bro.
By the way, we have defended expertly.
Mate,
man. It's
I am like,
crazy.
yo.
It is
Every time I think
crazy.
PSG are going to break through, it's like, some
someone
last leg just gets
really-
stuck out.
Just like the
Like,
last
bloody
bit
hell.
comes out of nowhere. They've been exceptional tonight. They really have.
They're
Newcastle.
still
Off out,
going.
off
They're
out.
still going. Oh,
Another leg.
It's still on.
Oh,
Come on, hold it.
come
there.
on.
Hold it. That's
Hold it there to do what?
handball, ref.
When you say handball, he was on his head. He said,
No foul there.
Hey.
That's good.
great!
Oh my god.
I want to go, you know. I want to like just leave and just not have any contact.
You've had some
with
mad
no
misses
phone,
tonight.
nothing.
Bro.
It make no
one.
sense. Look,
Nah, this is just as bad.
This
This,
is
is
just
worse
as bad
than the
as
Mbappe
Barcola.
one in the beginning, where he tried to heal it.
Yeah.
He side-footed and
No, I
missed.
think Barcola's was bad as well.
No, this is
Hold
bad.
on, it's
Barcola's
crazy. I
was
can't lie.
bad.
Yeah,
I want to just go for a walk, yeah.
come back when the game's done.
for 12 minutes
Just
at
come
least.
back
Hey,
after.
No foul,
Asensio's
nothing.
actually on.
Right.
Yeah.
Marco Asensio.
Come on.
Someone,
Yeah, he can do
someone
some.
in the chat did say, actually, here he is. Taz Alaba says, Asensio will bail you out. He did it many times for us before. Mezzala says Asensio to
Experience.
score. EQ says, PSG tactics are very poor. Have you felt like you've been poor tonight? Or just
Nah,
Newcastle
we-
have been
we-
very
no.
good defensively?
They've just been very good defensively. No, they got the whole team at the back.
Yeah.
I think you guys don't have that killer instinct.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of passes, yeah, that could be simple, but you've probably overcooked it.
Overcooked,
and
yeah.
you know, and it's those differences that puts a player in. So I've seen a lot of misplaced passes, and for me, I'm not seeing the PSG that I thought I'd see, but I'm glad. That, if it stays the way it is, mate, it's happy days, man. Wow, 7 points. We beat PSG away. You know, like
Home and away.
you know, like I feel like because of me, because there's so many people that wrote us off after that dominant defeat. I keep saying it, but so many guys said there's no chance we're going to win against PSG or even get a draw at PSG. So for us to be winning this with 7 minutes to go, it's crazy. It's absolutely mental. And then it puts us back in that position to say it's in our hands. Because if we beat Milan, now we're through. And that, for me, is success for us to qualify out of this group.
Yes.
Diallo says, let's be real, Dembele is just Pepe with better PR.
Speak, Giallo.
I mean, I feel like Diallo was 5 minutes ago saying that.
Cells, you
See, I feel like
Ref.
he said, "Oh no, now he likes
What?
he likes Dembele." I've seen a lot about him tonight. And
No. He said that.
Yeah, he did, but I feel like I've read a lot tonight, so
Yeah.
there's a lot.
No.
of,
Giallo's been consistent, man.
We've not made a sub yet, you know.
Dembele, I've never really been his biggest fan, to be fair. I've always thought he was.
That's a foul.
It's a good, strong challenge.
It's a foul, yeah. You know,
Yeah, it's a foul,
He
really.
gave it. Bear in mind, we haven't
Gonzalo.
made a single sub yet, by the way.
No, I know. I was thinking that when I saw Almiron, I thought that was a sub, and then I was like, hold on, he's bringing on the same player.
Please, don't let this go. Like,
Ramos
don't
gonna
let this go
come
past
to
your head.
which guy?
I mean, would you at this one make any subs though?
Do you know who
Because
I'm
all
going
you've got is inexperienced kids on the
No,
bench.
hold on. Because who can we bring on? So no, I feel like the answer is no.
It's
Maybe
foul,
bring
it's
on.
foul.
Like I said,
Take
bring
Riz
on
out.
Lewis Hall
Riz
and
out.
Livermore can go further forward, but for who? So I'll just keep it the same. To be fair,
Who's he going for? Who's 15?
What is he doing?
then
Danilo. Okay,
Neo's
positive
coming
move.
off.
He's taking off a centre back and
Ramos
putting on a
is-
What is he
centre.
doing? I thought he was going to take Riz back.
So we're going for it.
Are we going for
We're
it?
going for it.
Ramos,
What do you
Mbappe,
think?
Barcola.
No, I think we just need one, and we can
Turn it around.
turn
quickly.
it around. Yeah. And Ramos he can finish.
football is such a cruel game. So it's like you can't even get too excited.
Yeah.
Because I don't even want to say it, but if that happens,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. It just changes the whole group landscape again. So it's like, there's that thing's going through my head now. I'm thinking to myself, if that happens, where do we end up? And you know, what would it look like? I feel like we'd have 5 points. PSG would have what, 7, 8 points.
Oh my God! That is a great ball.
Barcola,
And no touch.
He's too
from
young.
Barcola
I'm telling
there.
you, he's too young. He's nice, but
Bro,
he's too young.
Asensio with a ball though.
he's
I'm
waiting
telling
for
you,
it. But again,
He's not really going for it. I'm telling you, he's too nice. He didn't believe it.
that's a ball though. Give that to like a Harry Kane or a Howler. That's in the back of the net.
Well, we've got 4 minutes plus stoppage time till we're going to know the full-time results. I'm just
watching
tight.
Jeremy Doku flatline centre backs by running straight into them. Bro, this guy is made out of bricks.
He's just different level. He really is. They're so physical and strong, City, when you look at them like that. It's bad. Let's see if City can grab a winner. No, still 2-2 in that. I'll give you a roundup. Give you a roundup of the scores tonight. Lazio 2-0 Celtic. That was the early game. Shakhtar 1-0 over Antwerp. Milan are at home and they're losing 3-1 to Dortmund, who are also in this group of death, with PSG and Newcastle, who are still 1-0.
Kill it!
You're winning this.
You're
fully winning this game.
I want to go, please.
No.
Wait,
Everything
beg
has
you,
gone
please.
for
Well done on your 3
This
points
is
today,
mad.
because there is not PSG. We can play for 2 hours. They're not scoring.
They're not scoring.
They're not scoring.
This
not
is
today.
Oh my God.
Kylian Mbappe did the turn himself.
It's not your
Kept
day.
the ball himself.
my day.
It's not your
Shot
day.
first time, then shot again. Bro,
Oh my God.
what more does he have to do?
This is all about you tonight. This is your day, honestly. This is mad.
Relax. Don't worry. Enjoy it.
Just, yeah.
Don't worry. You're stressing for no reason. Relax.
I was absolutely
It's
zoned out.
brother.
It's in God's plan for you.
It took to
okay?
me. I'm just place right now. 3 minutes to go. Come on, boys.
Oh, Man City.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
See,
Turnaround.
That's what I'm saying.
Julian
Doku,
Alvarez.
Alvarez came in the game. They changed.
Game changers.
Yeah, they
Game
just-
changers.
Maybe they do it for fun. They're like, here, just have a two-goal
Two-goal head start.
head start. And then we'll just,
Wow, fair play, man. Alvarez has been
good.
brilliant all season. Another big goal as well.
Okay, right,
Back to
80, almost 88 minutes on the clock. So it's still 1-0 at Parc des Princes. Barcelona are 2-1 up over Porto. Young Boys are winning 2-0 and City have turned it around and it's 3-2. Got to hold tight. We're nearly done.
I think for me is how many big results have we had this season? I think so. It was Man City in the League Cup, United in the League Cup, Chelsea. Who else was there? The PSG one, Milan at San Siro.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many big results that these boys have achieved, and we just keep raising the bar every single time. We keep raising the bar, and if we were to go all the way in this is like the pinnacle.
Huge confidence, but we have to see this game
is
out.
A big
It's out.
European night for Newcastle.
Huge.
City.
Still
is that
more
game
twists
over?
and turns. This is 3-2. It's definitely, we think now game over, wouldn't you?
I thought they were blowing the final whistle there.
There are still twists and turns to be
Yeah.
going on in this game
I can't
in
watch it.
Paris.
I'm
I just keep thinking of like Matt Urenton and how mental he'll be.
He's there,
going
bro.
and
He's
Axel.
oh man. Even like that too. That those guys that are there, they must be having.
Well,
Oh
tonight
my
they could be having the
goodness.
time of their life.
Oh my goodness. Shoot from there. That's what we want.
Diallo says Mbappe in the Europa League. Nah, man, that would be nasty, but we will be there. I have to ask you, Chris, because I did ask you earlier in the show where, we had a long time left on the clock. We still have stoppage time and anything can happen. But let's say that they are in the Europa League. What does that mean for PSG?
Oh, that's a bad season.
That's bad, right?
It's really bad, but it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, I stay confident on my team. I'm a real supporter. It's not going to happen. Even though like this result, we're never going to go in the Europa League.
But then that leaves one game, and that means that you have to rely on
AC Milan.
AC Milan.
or
us drawing and then
draw or AC Milan. Yeah.
I mean, listen, this is why it's called the group of death, innit? Because anything's possible.
8 minutes.
Nah, come on.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
That's the money.
That's what I like.
From where?
No, I ain't gonna lie.
don't
8
worry.
minutes. I don't know from
Don't
where.
worry.
From where?
Yeah, 8 minutes from where? I don't know.
From where though?
8.
Don't worry.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
worry. You
But
got
tell
this.
me from where?
I'll be very with you. I don't know, but it's kind of nice for me. So let me enjoy that.
8.
Yeah.
8 minutes.
8.
No, 8 is crazy, but
8 minutes on the clock. This is mad.
That's that money talking there, man.
Like you ain't got money.
Alex in the chat did
yeah, I
say
ain't gonna
that
lie. You got way more money than us.
PSG Shakes payment went through 8 minutes.
I told you. Can I leave?
Don't worry.
Can I leave, please?
Give them 2 hours.
You
Give
can't
them 2
leave.
hours.
Can I go?
I cannot.
They
believe
won't
this.
score. I'm telling you.
Hey, Barcola, bro,
You can just see it's one of those types of games, bro. Like, they're not going to score.
Speak it.
Nah, bro, I'm sorry, Barcola. Hey,
We had on the other day.
come on.
Speak it.
They're going to start saying on Twitter, that's me all of a sudden.
Yeah, it could be your son.
This is massive for Newcastle.
No, it
This
is.
is absolutely huge if they can do this. I mean, I know you still got one game after.
There's
But the
still, There's still
confidence-
8 minutes ahead to go. So
This is 7 minutes
Just-
and 60 seconds left. Pretty much, if my maths.
Listen, this will be one of their most kind of like successful nights in Europe, as you said. But what is success for Newcastle this season?
oh man.
Because
If they just top 4 is success. And oh my God, yeah.
Top 4 in the Champions League.
yeah,
run or-
what is your definition of success this season? Because now it will be like year 1.5 into the takeover,
Yeah.
if you like. You've got Champions League football last year where you felt like you overachieved, but is it getting Champions League football again? Is it getting to the knockout stages? Is it winning a Carabao Cup? What is to Newcastle fans success this year? Oh my God!
Lovely. So now I can answer freely.
Yeah. I was trying to delay the question that I was taking.
But to me, I feel like the word success is very subjective, yeah. And like you said, if you ask probably 10 Newcastle fans this question, you can probably get 8 or 9 different answers.
Yeah.
Some people will tell you they want to win a cup because we don't win a cup since the 50s. Some people would say go far in the cup, or some people would say qualify for Champions League or get out of this group stage. But for me, on a personal level, success for us will be to achieve back-to-back Champions League qualifications. So, and also to get out of this group, because both things, what it does is it grows our brand on a global scale.
It validates it.
Exactly. It lets us build and bring in better players, world-class players, to help us compete in the Premier League. So for me, success will be for us to achieve Champions League top 4 or top 5 and to get through. But that's not to say if we don't achieve this and we win a cup, that's not success. Do you get me? Because so that just shows you where we are as a club. You know, we're still in transition. But for me, it will be top 4 and to get out of the group. That grows us as a club and that brings us more revenue and
I hear that.
long term bigger players to actually compete
Because
in
we
the
can
league.
even kind of attest to that a little bit, where we always felt like getting top 4 kind of consistently actually really does matter. And sometimes people would be like, oh, but you need to worry about a cup. And I'm like, yeah, but getting Champions League football guarantees that you can still attract players in the summer and improve your squad.
Exactly.
And then get Champions League football next year. And then you're in a better position to win cups.
Definitely.
And especially with your kind of situation.
my goodness.
You know what? I'm done with the PSG ain't scoring, man. Come on. Show me something.
You're absolutely
Now
right.
I'm daring PSG to come on.
Stop it.
Come on, I dare you. You're not scoring.
Stop it,
I
bro.
dare you. I dare you.
I would not be doing this.
I dare you, Killian. Rise.
We didn't.
Killian, rise.
Don't put this. Don't put that Spurs jersey on him. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I
dude.
need some action. I'm sorry.
It's so funny because the way
I used to like you, you know. I used to like you.
the way I've
seriously.
watched this in my head, right? I've watched this as if this is us and thinking what would happen to us in this
I
situation.
am so sick of this.
And then I've taken what would happen to us out of it.
Handball.
No.
No. Now they want to handball. Now they want to handball.
No, that was a handball. It knows that. It knows.
Look what I done.
That was handball.
Hey.
You've done this.
Descent.
done this.
I love it.
You have done this.
Hey, he
my
laughed.
God.
It's like.
Killian.
My good God.
See,
It's your time.
I see
Nah, that was a handball. I know
Yeah,
you
was
saw it.
handball.
That was even, bro. That was a handball. It makes no sense now.
Oh my good God.
Oh my God.
No, that was one. It
3
knows.
minutes
That was
left
one.
of the
It was
game.
obvious.
Arm out. Oh.
I ain't gonna lie. It's been twice. It's been twice. It's been twice. No, it's been twice. Be honest.
Right then.
Hey.
I like your number, you know.
I just wanted some entertainment.
I'm being
I
serious.
just wanted something to happen. There you go.
You spurred it up
Oh
so
my.
much for
Now
me.
it's been twice. I ain't gonna
I can't
lie.
believe you've done that.
No, he's going to the monitor. He's going to the monitor.
Which means you know he's giving it.
Man said rise, Killian. No.
He said, okay, I'll rise. I'll rise. Oh, my goodness me. I'd love to see it.
Nah,
It's Qatari versus the Saudis right now. Who's deposited first? This is mad.
The pounds are trickling in. Hey, you know what? He might get
what? No,
He's
he's
away.
safe.
Oh!
He's good.
Oh!
no, he touched. No, he touched.
No,
That is not
No.
handball.
No,
That came
yeah.
off his
That's,
arm.
I think back. No, they can't.
No.
They
It's
can't.
handball. What do you mean?
Off his stomach.
No.
Handball,
You're
guys.
not doing that.
You're not.
Give it to me.
That's hard.
Yes, my guy.
Hey.
Handball, my guy.
Oh my God.
Handball,
That's
don't lie to me, you
so
know it.
harsh,
Handball.
man.
That's hard. I can't lie.
You know.
That came off
You
his
know.
stomach and
It's
then
been
off the
twice.
elbow.
That's
You know.
not a penalty. Come on.
It's peak.
It's look at. Oh my God. That's
It's
not a handball.
It's peak.
The game is gone. I'm sorry.
Mbappe
That
was
is
just
not
behind.
A handball.
If he didn't touch it, what could happen?
He hasn't done that. He's come off here.
Touch his elbow. I swear.
Oh, this is shameful. Absolutely
Nick.
shameful.
Hold on. Nick Pope. His name is Pope. We never know.
Come on, Pope.
Rise.
Come on.
Killian.
This
Will
that's outrageous.
you rise?
Get VAR, we said. We
I love
VAR.
it.
It makes the right decisions. That's not a penalty at all.
Nah, it's a harsh one for
That
sure.
is so harsh.
Killian.
Come on, Nick Pope. Come on.
Yes. Avant la bouche. 1-1. Kylian Mbappe.
I feel sick
in
for
the
him. I feel sick for you.
97th minute.
I ain't gonna. Now the crazy shit is the 8th minute. I ain't gonna lie. I was agree.
Crazy.
The 8th minute is crazy.
That is mad.
This is mad, man.
Big Ugs, how you feeling?
There we go.
Speechless.
Are you okay?
Speechless.
I'm rattled. I'm rattled.
You did say you like VAR.
Oh.
But again, VAR is what showed us the highlights.
Oh,
it's the
that's,
referee.
The referees. Yeah,
referee.
we just said it.
as well.
Fuad.
But
You're
no,
doing a madness.
no,
You're doing a
no,
madness.
to be honest, which has been the second time inside like the block.
It doesn't matter.
Handball.
First, second, fourth. What? That's not a penalty, bro. It hit his rib. Bro, now,
Touches-
Sorry,
he
that's
touches
not
her.
a pen. That's
now,
not a
yeah,
pen.
I've got to drive back 2 hours now, yeah, and be thinking about this. We're so close.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry,
that-
bro.
you
I'm so
deserved it.
sorry.
You deserved
Hey,
it.
listen, you're not losing today, though.
Shut up,
You,
man.
nobody
No,
thought
but they
that
should
would
be taken
happen.
home. They should be taken
I'm
home.
sorry.
Shut up.
Barcola! These guys so
Nah, Barcola's getting shipped to Qatar. I'm telling you. Look at his face.
Bro, watch.
Yeah, man.
He's taking a
This is
piss.
a Hall of Shame performance from Barcola.
Yeah, it's a dreadful cameo.
Oh.
Dreadful since you come on. I feel sick for you. I really do. This is your fault. You did this.
Wait, PSG fans are blaming me for missing chances, and then Newcastle fans are blaming me for giving the penalty away. Well, which is it?
You spursed it up. You fully spursed it up.
Which one is it?
You jinxed it. And they don't. Honestly, I feel sick.
I appreciate
feel
you
sick
say
for Newcastle
Kiki.
fans.
Hey, look,
Rise.
I was just saying, the big players got to rise. Kylian, there he is. My guy, best player in the world.
I'm gutted. I'm gutted for Newcastle. I'm gutted for Ugo. But look, it's not a loss. It's not a loss.
We
And
back on
that's
track.
how we have to think about it.
We
Whether it's fair or not, I don't think it is particularly fair.
back on track.
But they are back on track. And the way the Group F is now is Dortmund 10 points in first place. They beat AC Milan 3-1 tonight. Huge away from home as well. PSG 7 points in second. Newcastle third, 5 points. And AC Milan with 5 points, but a worse goal difference. So this will go down to the final game. This is
You need
mad.
PSG to lose that last one, basically.
PSG will be their away to Dortmund.
So the yellow wall has to do a job.
You need Dortmund to win again today.
Because Dortmund, even if they lose, they qualify.
Yeah. But even still, they've gone away to Milan. They've gone
finished
away to Milan tonight.
Yeah, they finished. That's what I'm saying. But the mentality of Dortmund is not the same of Newcastle and Milan. Dortmund, even if they lose, they go through.
I know, but they've gone away tonight to Milan and they've done that. They want to finish the group strong. Big win in front of their home fans. The yellow wall, PSG, Newcastle have it all to do against AC Milan. I still think it can happen.
Thanks.
I want to come, actually. I really want to come up, to be fair.
I feel different right
I
now.
might.
Listen, I think Newcastle in the Europa League. Go and smash it. Go.
Forward. I don't even want to hear from you, Forward. I don't. I'm so sorry.
Because
I don't wanna hear from you,
I
Forward.
believe,
Why do you
if we
hate this?
even if we draw, we might gonna go through.
Shameless.
Yeah, even if we draw, we might gonna go through. Even if we win, you need to
It's gonna be easy. Yeah, ain't easy over here, you know.
Absolutely
Welcome to the big boys
shameless.
table.
Absolutely shameless. But you pulled it back in the end. Are you confident you're going to get out of the group, Chris?
I keep saying the same. 90 minutes. I say it and I'm saying again. 90 minutes.
And all that money in the ref's pocket.
Hey, you can say
90 minutes. I
It's
told
not
you.
handball.
Like
No.
you give
All day
everything.
long.
The first half is yours. Like no conversation. The second half we deserve
Okay,
to
but-
score at least once. Be honest.
Okay, honestly, bro, was the handball?
Honestly, me? Nah.
Okay, thank you.
Do you know why?
That's-
Because he touched the
that's what I'm
body first and after the hand.
Yeah.
So how's it giving handball? Do you know how rattled I am? I'm so rattled right
And
now.
that's mentally that's why I say that to you. And even if you like it or not, some type of referee, they know when they fucked up. It wasn't the first one inside the box, and the first one it was really obvious.
Even that as well. That as well. Like
Now the
we're
first one you
looking
can give it to.
contact.
No, it's not looking for contact because he touched it and he just that's it. That's the rules. If you apply the rules, that was a handball. You know football.
No, bro.
If I apply the rules,
You can't,
their rules,
you
not
can't
mine.
let your previous mistake influence this one.
But as a-
But we see this
As
week
a
in,
human
week
being,
out.
thank you.
But now
As a-
We see
we
this
always
every
90th
week.
minute.
week in, week out,
the time for that.
referee always try to repair what he did. That's why I said that to you.
We see this every
I
game,
literally said that to
every
you.
week. We have these same conversations. Even, for example, the Newcastle game against Arsenal, he didn't send off Kai Havertz and probably
Yeah.
should have. And then in turn, he didn't send off Bruno. And this happens every single week.
I feel sick.
I told you, it's like that's
I feel sick.
the
Well,
game. Like,
Gar Game
I
says
feel blessed.
Arsenal Karma in the super chat. And we are coming to the end of our stream, guys. I have loved being with you all. Chris, well
been
done
fun.
to you.
It's been
lovely
fun.
to see you, lovely to meet you. And I'm glad.
Back again, man.
Yeah, I'm glad for
Another
you.
PSG game.
Glad for you that you walk away
I
with a
wish I come
point.
back and we win. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to come back and we lose. So let's see.
Come back anytime. Fuad, lovely to see you as well.
As always,
Feeling
I
better?
have fun.
No, don't look
I
at me
have
like
fun.
that. We used to
Have
love
fun.
each other. Now I see
Have
you
fun.
eyeing like some fire. No, I don't really like it. I don't feel safe. If I don't come back, you know the reason why now.
You're making me sad, honestly, looking at you. I can see
Yeah,
it in your
yeah.
eyes.
Because in your eyes, like I see some fire. I didn't see that from the beginning.
And also, they're
I
going
still
to
have
be
look-
Let me
knackered
put
as
a
well,
positive
man.
spin on this. Before the game, if
I don't want to hear from
you would have took it. You would have took it.
I don't care, bro.
You would have took it.
Bro, you were doing
So
the
don't
most.
be mad now.
No.
weren't.
Don't give me that now. Don't give me that.
you weren't.
No. But they would have took
But
a
you weren't.
1-1 draw.
I don't want to.
I wanted entertainment.
That's fine.
What did we
But-
get?
They led the
We got
game.
drama. We got entertainment.
They defended
We got a
so
great
well.
watch along.
He's
We got a
touching
good
my arm
game.
saying, "Oh,
This is Champions League. Welcome to the big boys table. Yeah, it ain't easy.
Anyways, man.
Jinxed them, you jinxed them. But you go, it's been lovely to see you nonetheless.
Thank you.
I still think you'll do it. I still think you will, honestly. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight for the watch along. Make sure you please do smash the like button on the way out. I'll be back on Thursday with a weekend preview with the guys. I don't think we're doing a watch along for Galatasaray United tomorrow.
No.
But you can head over to Flex's channel because I'm pretty sure they'll
Oh,
be doing
yeah.
it on the United View. And that'll be a good one because, again, they need to win to stay in with a shout going into that last game against Bayern. Good night, everyone. Have a safe trip home if you're driving, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Peace.